Tan 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 tan, 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 tan 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 tan. And action.
This.
Ish, where to start from with this guest today?
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there's a question you hate so much.
Who, me?
No, him.
I take any questions.
No, him.
Oh.
I've seen you either post about it or just talk about it in interviews. You hate being asked where the name Aqualaskin came from.
Yeah, and back in the days, I tried to make a video about that so people can just go look at it when they want to know what it means. But it's got a bit of a backstory to it. You know,
are you able to tell us the backstory?
Yeah, sure.
Because I was about to say, no one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Yeah.
And it gets the people going.
So looking at, it comes from what I went to, experiences, you know what I mean? So it's like hardships, they come in and you just stay alone, you face them. The good times come in, you just stay alone, you face them. You know, when I went to prison, that's when I had... What?
Okay.
I said this a couple of times.
Finish.
So when I went to prison, that's when I came up with his name. I was there in the cells and I was trying to make it make sense. You know, so aqua simply comes from liquid. You know what it is?
Water.
Yeah, water. And then it's water fits any shape you put it in.
Right.
Okay. And then that's where I got the aqua from, because I'm flexible. Any beat, I'm able to do anything, any situation, whatever it is. I'm going to find a way to make sure it happens, you know. And then Laskin comes from Tiger's record label, Last Kings. So it's just a bit of slang of miyako naka jiko last. So Laskin. So to me, it means I'm the only one who does what I do. And I'm the only one who can do it the best way it's supposed to be done.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
Very
especially,
profound.
Yeah, very profound, actually.
A lot of thought went into this, huh?
A lot of thought went into
A
it.
lot of thought went into making.
Yeah, I had a lot of time to think of it, you know.
We'll come to the prison story later.
Yeah.
We're still on your name. I think it's very fitting that you talk about how you're the only one doing this. Like, you are very malleable, you are fluid in how you can get into different genres at any given time.
Yeah.
It's shocking how people hear you on a song like Msimbi, you're twerking.
Yeah.
Do we call it twerking?
No twerking. It's just dancing. Let's just
Don't be
limit it to
disrespectful,
dancing.
bro.
Yeah, it's not twerking. It's dancing.
What, because you went to jail, now suddenly he twerks?
Come on, man.
Could have dropped
Come
a soap or
on,
something.
man. Come on.
What's wrong with you?
Come on.
No, I was saying it's just interesting how you would do that Msimbi thing today. You'd be on stage,
Yeah.
shirtless,
Yeah.
shaking your whatever. Girls are excited on stage, like in the audience when you're on stage. And the following day, hip hop artist.
Yeah.
Serious bars, dropping serious metaphors.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the name is very fitting. And like Elson said, a lot of thought was put into it. It makes a lot of sense, man.
Yeah. When it comes to switching genres, it's, to me, I just want to become that artist that is not known for one thing. I know that people say, no, you're supposed to be consistent with one genre, but to me, it's then why am I an artist? If you want me to just stick to one thing that you know, okay? And people will tell you no, you're not rhyming on this, your bars are not whatever. There's a lot of rhyme schemes. You know what I mean? So I'm that type of guy who's not gonna go for the regular. I would rather do something and fail and find a way to make it work. That's how I work. You know what I mean? And then for the longest, Zambia is known for only local hits. You know, we don't have someone we can call a global superstar or anyone who's on that route, regardless of what you want to say.
Right.
You know, I know niggas are making moves, they're out there going to other countries, but you can't say this is global starship we're going to see anytime
Sampa the
soon.
Great?
Huh?
Sampa the Great?
No?
Sampa was not she didn't spend her whole time here. She learned her music stuff outside.
Yeah, but she just got to Australia for 4 years for school and then started.
That's the thing. And if you look at people looking managing her and people who are doing whatever they're doing, they've got that outside experience.
Also, what you're talking about is somebody starting
Someone
from
here,
Zambia.
and you've got a team from here and you break out like that.
From here.
That's what I would like to call, umuntu apisha.
Right.
You know, not
yeah.
if you kuchanganya wakwata kwato kabalance akasangire palia. No, because of that person who was outside. I know that's how the industry works, but I'm talking about you making it from the ground here.
You remind me, there was some music conference or awards in Zimbabwe about a week or two ago, and Natio.
About a week ago.
Yeah, about a week ago. And Natio was introduced by the MC at the event as a dancehall artist. And he took offense.
Yeah.
He says, please don't box me in one genre, dancehall artist. If I want to do Afrobeats tomorrow, I'm going to do Afrobeats. If I want to do hip-hop the following day, I'm going to do hip-hop.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do whatever genre is out there, I'm going to do that. But don't box me in the
Do you know Natio?
Yeah, I do.
Fun fact. We had a fantastic interview with Natio. Brilliant interview.
I knew it was gonna
2
come up.
hours.
Yeah.
One of the best work that I've done.
Okay.
Guess why it never saw the light of day? Because this asshole deleted the audio.
Why?
Do you know that
That's very
Natio is
accidental.
on Bob Marley's latest album?
I don't follow him like that.
But my point is that's how big he is.
Yeah.
And then this douchebag, he had to delete the audio. Please ask him why.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Why unachita so?
Why unachita so?
Tabat stay few.
You know what happened with Gob? What? You remember?
Leave Gob out of this.
Gob?
Leave Gob out of this. By the way, congratulations, Gob.
What has he done now?
Okay. Gob says no. So let's just...
Okay, now I want to know.
Nothing.
We're all
Gob,
curious
why are you
now.
saying no?
He bought new shoes.
He bought new shoes.
Nah, Twalaland.
So anyway, you can continue with your point.
I've forgotten what my point
You
was.
had said Natio said, don't
was
box me in...
introduced,
But my point, I think, was driving towards you saying... So what genres are you in, as I try to remember the point?
So right now I'm trying to perfect my singing side, you know, the R&B side, even the Afro beats. So I'm trying to smoothen that, you know. So I'm also trying to work on EDM.
EDM.
What are you targeting? Like a very European market with EDM? Because, I mean, I know it's bigger there than
when
here.
it comes to music, I just want to be that guy who fits everywhere he goes. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in a situation where you can't do this music here and then you're stuck. So it's like, let's say if I'm called for a gospel concert, right? I've got songs like Baraka. I'm gonna rock that stage. You feel me? That's the type of person I want to be. There's no limit. That's where the name comes from even. So I don't want to have a limit. But unfortunately, life is life. So you get to wait on certain things. They just don't happen your way. You feel me? Yeah.
Dude, where are you from? I mean, for so many people, you just showed up with Msimbi and you rocked the nation, probably the region, maybe even the world. Because I saw videos of you being done even in Russia. People TikToking with your music videos and whatever.
So the thing is, I've been around.
Okay.
But I was just this boy from the hood.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. I was just this boy from the hood.
Don't say it. Yeah?
I was just this boy from the hood who was trying to go the foreign way. Like
Wait, which hood?
Komboka. KBK, Chawama. You know what Chawama is, right?
Right here in Lusaka is where you grew up from.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay,
right here
cool.
in Lusaka.
Okay.
So I was trying to chase the Western dream from the jump. It's like I just want to be this English rapper, you know, go hard. I'm just gonna make it Nefsungu, you know what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but that was taking time, and unfortunately, I had to pay bills. I had to, you know, survive. So I had to adapt as the name again, you know.
Aqualaskin.
Yeah. So I was there just doing music on the low, waiting for my time to come.
But which do you feel you're more... Which genre right now are you more comfortable in? Because, in my opinion, I think you're a better rapper than you are a singer, even though it's the songs that you sing on that blow more than your hip-hop.
Yeah. I'm definitely a better rapper. So that's why I'm like, hip-hop to me will never go away. You know, it's been something that I even like look at myself and say, why the hell did you change? You know, and now you have this whole thing going on saying, wait, for now, Vine, for now, Stetan, you know what I mean? So I'm like, why did you change? If you just like held on a little bit longer, maybe you would have done it with hip hop in English too, you know, but hip hop is the main thing. But hip hop to me is the main thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if you mention to any Zambian the name Aqualaskin, nobody would associate hip hop with you right now.
Yeah, it's
I'm
only
actually
a few
surprised
people,
that you do hip hop.
Yeah, it's only a few people who knew me from the jump, like the original fans, the supporters from the word go.
Right.
Those are the only people who know about that side. But every other nigga in the industry who does music knows that side.
Because you know what? I think the first thought that comes into people's minds when we talk or just mention the name Aqualaskin is
Twerking.
that's the dancing.
Okay,
The singing
let's try to
and the
run away
fitness.
from twerking. Let's say dancing. Let's run away from twerking. It really makes me feel
plus the
uncomfortable.
fitness. Oh crap! Speaking of fitness, can I tell you a short story about some nigga who's in this vicinity right now?
Oh my
Yeah,
God, I know where
yeah,
this is going.
yeah.
Shut
On January 3rd, 2024,
Yeah.
I pay for my gym membership, yeah? And I started going to the gym religiously. Every day I was at the gym working out and stuff.
Consistent.
Another nigga, here, I'm not mentioning any names or pointing fingers, paid for membership. You know how long I went to the gym for? 3 minutes. All of 3 minutes.
Okay, why did you do that?
I did not mention names.
What happened now?
Why did you do that?
3 minutes. And you know what workout he did? Treadmill, walking, while on Instagram.
Simatula kumbagero aisa kusumelera waisa filo performance in 3 minutes.
Imagine. 3 minutes, and he paid for the whole month just to work out for 3 minutes. And he never showed up again. So now the gym instructors are asking me, where the hell is your friend? He paid, but he only showed up for 3 minutes and he's never come back. This is now what? April.
To my
He's
defense,
never come back.
let me explain.
Explain.
People at that particular gym don't go to work out.
What do they do? What do they
The
go
day
to do?
the second time that I went to that gym,
Yeah.
I saw this guy. When I walked up to you, what were you doing? Be honest. Be very honest.
The second time.
Yeah. You saw when you were at the gym and I came up to you. Do you remember what you were doing? You were on your phone giggling like a little girl. Do you remember what kept pacing up and down in our background? Because there was no power on that day.
You remind me?
Big asses.
Yeah, our gym is famous for that. Because you know, it's in
People-
Salama
So
Park.
not kumala to debate today. Tabado akuseko mnanga.
I think you would like that gym. Given your access. People don't go there to work out.
Okay, to alalandanga to
No,
afuma
but,
pano.
okay, help me understand one thing.
Yeah.
Why would you go to a place and not go back there because, no, people don't go there to work out? Why don't you just focus on what you want, what your goal is?
Because it's a distraction, right?
Focus, bro. There's distractions
hold on.
everywhere.
No, hold on.
But can you really focus with,
I
with that
focus,
type
bro.
of distraction,
Don't I look
bro?
fit today?
Yo,
No, you do not. And when was the last time you were in
yo,
gym? No, you don't.
I haven't been in 2 weeks, so.
Yo,
You see?
come on. Bro.
Guys, it's not showing.
No, it is not.
Boy, it's not showing. The only female in the place says it's showing, so I'm good.
So yeah, to my defense, it was too distracting, and that's why I didn't go back there.
I
Nigga,
know.
please. You could have gone to another gym.
Now I work out from my house.
It's not showing.
But the thing is, these days, females are like flocking gym kwa tunakamaga tuishi. Shisho for bade for
Dude,
I
speaking of
think
females,
it's a new church.
speaking of females, also
How so?
Uko bade amukusanga vya kusanga.
I was saying, speaking of females, Elson and I had a very interesting conversation yesterday, and we're talking about, I don't know if you believe in this, soul ties. Do you believe that when you have sex with a female, you can carry whatever curses or blessings that she has from the sexual act?
I've heard a lot of people say that, but I don't really believe it on my end because it's like, Nish, why are you even a human being in the first place if you're just gonna get tied to anything that's,
Yes.
you know?
Are you religious?
I am.
So then-
because of my parents.
So I don't believe in soul ties.
I don't.
But you can't be religious and not believe in soul ties because that's exactly what the Bible says.
That's what I'm saying, because of my parents.
So
I
you're
grew
religious
up-
because of your parents.
I grew up in a home where I was taught to be that. But when I grew up and made decisions on my own, it's a different story. You know what I mean?
So are you religious now because of your own beliefs?
No, I'm not. Really. I'm not even going to lie.
Okay.
But I do
Do you
know-
believe in a higher power?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I do.
Elson believes that.
Why? I don't know why you keep saying Elson believes that. But anyway,
Okay,
go
there's
ahead. I wanna
some-
hear
there's-
you.
He's trying
some
to
guys in my life,
soften
friends-
the blow on his end. So
He always does
he's trying
that.
to blame you for everything. So
This man here, let me tell you.
No, Elson, I'm still speaking.
Finish off.
And I'm just echoing sentiments brought up in the conversation we had yesterday. Why I brought this up? Because there's a general belief, and there's people, friends in my life right now, who believe that they could be having financial misfortune because of somebody they shagged.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel you.
You don't believe that,
I don't.
Elson? Do
I
you?
believe that.
Okay, why?
Because of the soul ties, like we say, there's no way that you are going to be on this journey and you're going to be religious and you're going to lay down with somebody whose soul or spirits carry poverty, right? And you think that it is just going to end in you rubbing bodies. Right. I feel there is an exchange of.
But you feel me? He believes. But that's where it starts from. He believes.
Belief, yes, yes.
He believes.
That's what I said. I believe.
Yeah, he believes. But for people like me, who do not really believe and just take certain things as a joke.
So let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe in witchcraft, do you think it's gonna work on you, or you can be witched if you don't believe in it?
So here's one thing. He wants to bewitch me, right?
Mm-hmm. And you don't believe in it?
Yeah, I don't believe in it, right? It takes him having access to something that's mine for it to happen. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just can't go anywhere and say, I want to bewitch this person, and you don't even have anything.
No, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
The point is, let's say he's got your underwear. And you don't believe in witchcraft.
Yeah.
Do you think he can still bewitch you regardless of you believing it or not?
He can.
So it can happen.
It can happen.
So you've just contradicted yourself, that regardless of what you do don't believe.
But here's my defense. If I do not believe, right? Certain things don't happen.
No.
You know? There's always that, look, you've ever seen someone who's always, it's a question to the both of you. Have you ever seen someone who's like ever happy? All right? They do not believe in these like witchcraft things and everything else. Umuntu, if you want to say, ala puska femfintu. You know what I mean? Mwalo ala wonsa bali 5 ena puska. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of such situations?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I'm not strong in believing in these things because I know they can't happen to me if I don't believe.
I think for me, I would want to agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I always believe what will prevail in your life is what you speak about your life. So I've got a friend on the flip side of the same coin.
Yeah.
He believes in soul ties, but he believes he gets blessings from girls. You, I think, on the other hand, have believed that you get negativity.
Yeah.
In these soul ties from the girls that...
You don't strike me as a guy who really believes in these traditional things. But right now, I'm like, okay.
Well, with soul ties, it's not traditional.
It's more religious than
it's
traditional.
More religious than traditional. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But look... Yes, I do believe that. I do believe that. I forget what verse it is, but I'll look it up as you guys are talking, that once you lay down with somebody, God sees you as one.
Okay, this is where now I have differences with people. Because even the Bible itself is manipulated. You get me? We've seen these things like... You've heard of these things on the internet. So that's the reason why I find it hard to believe in a lot of things. Because people can manipulate anything to make it beneficial to them or control someone. And that's where I find it very hard to believe, especially if into muntu ngalelanda fe muntu alilanda fenze vele okay ofo chikala abafe. You know what I mean? So I think that's where the problem is. You know, I'm not into it like that.
It's not deep like that for you.
No, it's not.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that aside, we can move on. I know, right?
Yeah.
I think people are more interested in your life story at this point. And
crazy,
so
man.
you grew up in Lusaka. You mentioned from Kwamboka.
Yeah, Kwamboka.
Where's Kwamboka?
Makeni. Do you know where Makeni Mall is?
Yeah.
And then you branch off going to Chawama, Jonah, or Laes?
Yeah, I think I see it.
So it's the first...
So is it the road opposite Cosmopolitan Mall, the one that goes into Makeni that way?
Yeah, it's between Embassy Shopping Mall and Cosmopolitan.
Right, I see it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's where I spent most of my childhood.
Okay. Sounds like Chibolia to me.
Chibolia. No, it's a bit more advanced than Chibolia. Okay, I won't say that. It's a bit more... There are levels to these things, you know. Yeah. So it's a bit more Pamolukofidia. Chibolia is a dangerous place, like Soweto, you know what I mean?
That's Elson's favorite place in Lusaka.
You feel me? But Komboka is like...
I have no idea what you're saying. Listen, so...
You found the verse?
1 Corinthians 6 verse 16. It says, Do you not know that he who unites himself with a prostitute is one with her body? For it is said, the two will become one flesh.
So if you unite yourself with a prostitute, does she become what you are and do you become a prostitute? What does that mean?
I have got no idea.
So
whoever's got the stronger spirit there.
Okay. So now, don't you
Possibly
think
prostitute
someone
she
would
has.
have wrote this to control certain things?
Like what?
Like, Widaya Kumaule. You get my point. They want you to be faithful to one girl. You get my point.
But it's already been said. It's already one of the 10 commandments. It's
Different
already been
land, that's all. You
it's
don't
already
think
been
someone
told for
could
you
write
not-
that?
So once again, it's already been told.
Thou shalt
in-
not commit adultery.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't need to then start instilling fears because once you don't obey those 10 commandments, you know what the wages of sin is.
Exactly. So it's about choice
It's
at the end
death,
of the day.
right?
Yeah.
So they don't need to then hype you up and then say you then become one or etc. Because it's
that's-
already been stipulated in the 10 commandments.
But people do use it to hype up.
Bruh,
the
I just want to be a
situation.
hoe. Be a hoe.
Exactly. It's about choice. You get me?
I think at the end of the day now, the question that all of us are asking in our heads is, how many people have we become one with?
You know what I mean? Because
How many ones are there?
Speak for yourself, Kalinga. Speak for yourself, brother.
I was actually speaking for you.
No. I'm as pure as they come.
Right.
Don't I look pure?
Right. Look at Gob's shock right now. Look at Gob's shock right now.
Thou
as
shalt
pure
not
as they
lie. It's
Come,
one
are you
of the
gonna tell us the
commandments,
good news?
right?
You say what?
Thou shalt not lie.
That's exactly why I'm telling the truth right now.
I see.
Why, have you heard things about me?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
I've heard things about
He doesn't
you.
need to hear.
I know.
He knows. He doesn't need to hear.
Obviously.
things
Oh,
about
you say obviously.
Obviously.
Well, do you do it on purpose though?
No, I don't. It's just life.
So
Things
how
just
does
find you.
how does your personal life then overshadow your professional career? Because I've heard more about your personal life
than the music itself.
than the music itself.
So the reason why you might have heard more about my personal life is maybe you've had relations with people who are close to me. One.
No, Facebook.
For real?
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, and look at it. It's just simple, you know. It's the onaika pa, let's see the wino. Abantu baranda basi the onaika more.
Yeah,
you know
true.
what I mean?
I'll translate.
Between two things, one that's going down and one that's going up, or one that's getting damaged, or one that's getting fixed, people will talk more about the negatives than the positives.
So is your music going down and your sex life is going up?
I feel like at the moment my music life is not that relevant, to be honest.
Why do you think
Your
that
private
is?
life is more.
It's because my
your
private
dick?
life fucked it up. Not because of my dick. It's because of situations that I find myself in.
Well,
Like with people like Feroza.
tell me, apart from your dick, what else has? What?
No, he said it, so
Yeah, you know
it
what
just
I mean.
sounds funny when you echo it. That's it.
Yeah. So apart from your dick, what else has caused the scandals that we've seen on
Yeah,
social
he's
media?
right. If you look at it, it's my dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If you look at it in a deeper meaning, he's actually right. You know what I mean? Because
never
what else apart
spell
from
it.
relationship drama is there?
That's it. That's my point.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So his point is valid. What else apart from relationship drama?
Do you and Feroza still... Are you good?
Good. We haven't spoken in a long time, so I don't know.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
So
You know, I actually knew you from her.
Oh yeah?
Oh, you knew Feroza first?
Yeah.
How do you know her?
Dude, I'm from the Copper Belt.
So?
It's just
This one in Copper Belt is heavy. Kutamuishiwa.
Yeah.
No, but so how do you know Feroza specifically?
He's trying
Was
to
that a
incriminate
wedding
you.
or what?
I'm not trying to do anything.
No, it's not. It's actually... It's being Olsen right now.
Yeah. I
Can you
feel
please tell us
I
how you
feel
know Feroza?
I knew Feroza and ex-husband now. From way
Kalenga.
back.
Can you just answer the
Dude,
question?
I've known Feroza for like years, bruh.
How?
How? But I can't remember. Chill spots on the Common Voter. You know I used to be a DJ all over the Copper Belt.
God is dying laughing.
Go. Don't,
Exactly. The question is how.
dude, how many people in your life can't you remember how you met? You just found that you're friends or you get along.
I know every single person. How I know them.
I can't remember how.
I know how I know Gob. I know how I know you. I know how
I
I've.
think it's from an event in Ndola. But she's from Ndola.
So if we were to call her right now and ask her, she'll say the same
Let's
thing
call
too.
her. Yeah, let's call her.
Okay.
You have a number?
I've got a number. Yes. I got everybody's number.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Moving on.
No, I just heard a
Moving
number
on.
recently.
Huh? No, that doesn't concern me. Let's get on
Because
with
right
it.
now it just looked like your life was flashing before your eyes like the fuck.
In what way? Come on, man.
Dude, we're talking about your growth.
Yeah.
So you're bringing in Kwomboka. Yeah. What was that like, man? Like if I was a fly...
Look,
on the wall in a room in the home that you grew up in, what would I see? What was the setup like?
So you would
family
see
and everything.
This kid being raised by his aunt, you know what I mean? And then the house is full of siblings from different people. Not siblings. It's full of like cousins, you know what I mean? So this is me being a boy who would wake up in the morning, do chores, and just wait for her to come back, cook, whatever it is, you know? So until I went to a boarding school.
Which one?
Northern Province, Luingu Secondary School.
Oh, yeah, I know it
so
is.
up until that time, I was just this person who loved music. You know, the Rick Ross, Chris Brown. So
you're into hip hop and R&B?
Yeah.
Wow.
Too much. So Chris Brown is the one who influenced me to even start doing his music. So,
Word?
Yeah. So
what era did you grow up? 90s? 2000s? What era did you grow up?
The 90s.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, that was me, you know, before this whole thing about music. So just a normal kid who goes to school, you're just waiting to go to university or whatever it is that comes after secondary school, you know. And then I went to a boarding school. Unfortunately, life got fucked up. I got to know new things.
Like what?
You know, sex.
Weed.
You know what I mean?
I hope your boarding school was not an all-boys school.
No, it wasn't. Come on. Just because I said I was in prison doesn't mean you know what I mean?
So you got to have sex when you were boarding school?
Yeah, when I was in school.
Okay.
You feel me?
In
So it was like, you know what I mean? So that's where I learned a couple of things. Like, I forgot one thing. From like when I was back here home, all I knew was like military and everything else because my whole family is that.
In the military?
Yeah.
Right.
Like most of them are military. So that's the only other thing that I knew. And I knew for sure saying I was going to be in the military at some point. That was something that I grew up with. But when I went to boarding school, everything changed, you know. My music side where TV, you want to become exactly that, started popping from those ends, you know. Especially that I was coming from Lusaka and that side Kutari Northern Province, you know. So kids who come from Lusaka, it's like, hey, Lusaka, you know what I mean? So when they hear you like spit a verse from Lil Wayne's song, it's like, oh, you know.
They'll still look at you like Lil Wayne.
It's like, Nwago Lusaka zone, I know what I mean. So even like Ngole, Mbakula Babada Bantu, they mispronounce words, you know, but we never used to do that. Right. We learned that from the songs to be accurate, self-taught. Ukulanda, you know, like you want to be as perfect as the person doing it.
Right.
So that added. So kwasangati entertainment day, DJ abika pwetrimbo, chavasungu, waimba, washana pa stage, you break dance, whatever it is. They give you the mic, you mime to one of the songs, and that started going now, you know. And then school has things they call busteli, you know. Ngabali shengoma. I started learning to write now. You know, it's like there's a battle this Thursday. So you write your own lines, you go there, that's where it started from.
Right.
You feel me? So from there, when I came back home, adulthood caught up with me, right? I wanted to make fast money. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to be that nigga who pulls up and makes everything happen. You know, you're the one they depend on. You're able to bowl with your friends. So I started looking at different things now. You know, this is where like the streets caught up. You know, you start learning how to sell certain things that you're not supposed to.
I'm a sample.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You even get into things like theft. You know, you just trying to make that quick money. So that's where...
And where were you at this point?
I was back in Lusaka.
Right.
Yeah.
Same neighborhood?
No, at this time I was at my uncle's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Military man as well?
Yeah. My uncle's house. So
you were a rebel?
Because he was the one sponsoring me the whole time.
Oh, right.
So when I came back, I used to go there. Like I said, I was a kid who would help out and do anything.
Chores,
cook, whatever it is. So he's an elderly man. He's taking care of me from, you know. So I'm there trying to help however I can whilst I'm waiting for the next phase of after secondary. So I was there and unfortunately I got into those vices, you know, and I ended up in jail.
Where were your parents?
Thank you.
My mom and dad, my dad died when I was very young. I don't even know how he looks like.
Serious?
Yeah, and then my mom died when I was in a court cell.
In a court cell?
Yeah.
This is after high school?
Yeah, after high school. So what happened is my mom was remarried after my dad, right? And then she went to live in Kapiri. So I was here with the family. From my dad's side. Yeah.
So you couldn't live with your mom?
No, I couldn't.
Why? Because of the new family? Because of the husband?
No, I feel like my family felt they had more to offer than those ends. So Malisha for Baba, it's like, okay, vale 10 to alaba sunga. You know what I mean?
Right.
That type of arrangement.
Was it because maybe your stepfather wasn't comfortable with you being in the house?
He was actually a good man.
Okay.
He is.
He is.
But I haven't talked to him in a long time, you know?
Why?
He just lost connection.
So your bond to him was because of your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so since your mom passed, guessing your relationship kind of...
Yeah, even like before my mom passed, I was here and I couldn't I used to talk to my mom more than him, you know? So the relationship wasn't that strong. You feel me? So that's it. So my mom was living her life there and I was here with my dad's family. They raised me.
So when your mom passed and you were in a cell, what were you arrested for then?
It's theft.
What did you steal?
A lot of things.
So it wasn't like one particular thing, it was like a bunch of stuff that then caught up with you?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bunch of stuff that you've done and they piece them together and then they all make sense.
What kind of stuff did you steal?
It's a lot of things, man.
What? No, I'm trying to think.
Macky2 told us when he stole copper.
Was it
allegedly stole copper, sorry.
Was it TVs? Was it cars? I'm trying to figure out.
No, just because of the people that I was involved with, I'm not going to go deep, but it was something you get a lot of time for if it wasn't for my family. You get my point.
You'd get a lot of time for that?
Like
for stealing what you stole?
Yes, compared to what I got.
Whatever you stole, does it breathe?
It doesn't. But it was very essential to some people's lives. That it would have compromised
condoms?
Whatever. No.
Medical equipment?
Funny. No. Let's just forget about it. But it was worth somewhere 5 million.
5 million?
Yeah.
5 million what?
Kwacha.
What are we planning on doing with this?
When was this? What era was this?
Between 2015 and 2017. So it's like dropping into 2016, right? They caught me there. So this whole thing was happening like a year after school.
And were the other people arrested?
No, I couldn't snitch.
So you were the only one arrested?
Yeah. So the other people that got caught, I had to act like I didn't know them. That's the thing.
And how long were you given?
A year and some months.
Remember when Steve Harvey said, I don't understand the black community not snitching. If I get arrested now, with you, nigga, I'm in court like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand your mindset when you were committing this crime. What was your mind at?
So
what were you stealing
you remember
this
what I
for?
said in the beginning, saying I don't really believe in what most people believe in. To me, the aim was just being an independent guy who had money I could do with anything I want to. You know, that was the mindset. I wanted to be independent. So I wanted to get it any other way I could. At first, that's what it was. You know?
Right.
And then as time went by, I started seeing things that really needed me to be focused even mentally when doing even the same things as to do. Because at some time, you get in so deep that you can't go out without other people saying, okay, now you can leave. So you might say, okay, I want to stop this, but others won't let you because
you know too much.
They think you're going to compromise the whole system. You feel me? So that's where it got.
So are those people still stealing right now?
I don't know.
Or you detach yourself completely?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing.
But do you still talk?
No, we don't. I had to pay the price. So I had
Were they ever arrested at any point?
I don't know. That's
you
the
completely
thing.
Lost contact
So
with
after
these guys.
jail, everything, you know, but I had to pay a fee for it.
How so?
Because most of the money that was gotten, I knew where it was, and others didn't. So I had to pay the overall people to like just be let go. You know, people still come back and say, yo, this happened, so what's up, you know? So I had to pay for it in order to just be free.
Bruh, you know, I'm starting to feel like where we are shooting from has got a connection with people stealing money and being in jail. Remember the last time that we were here with that precious chick? Did you watch that episode?
Yeah, I did a bit.
Precious in the... was it
like, I think I saw the thing, the teaser I posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
I didn't actually watch the whole thing.
Thanks to that episode, I don't know if you know this, the Justice Minister called us.
So now, are you guys trying to take me back to the days when I'm Bokuluburu?
No.
No, man, come on.
No, you just brought that up, but I really have no interest in that part of your life. I'm more interested in like your music and
the relationship side.
Well, now that you say it,
come on, man. Come on. Yeah, so that was it. For me, I had a really complicated phase after secondary school to the point where I felt like that was the only thing I could do for some time, you know? So in prison, that's where even the spark for music really came in. Because I was like, I will never do anything else apart from music. This, you know what I mean? So I can't go to the army because I'm compromised already. You know, I can't go to the army because my uncle will be seen in a certain way. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, even my family detached themselves from me at that point. So it was just like, dude, you're on your own. So what can you do that you can really do best?
And you had just lost your mom as well.
And my cousin. So I was in my police cells, right? My cousin passed. I went to court, my mom passed.
Yeah.
It was the same day?
Not the same day,
right.
Different days,
Sheesh,
but
man.
You know. So that kind of made me bitter too, you know.
It made you what?
Bitter.
Bit who?
Bitter.
Bitter.
Oh, bitter. Okay, sorry.
So it's like at that point, I just became whatever I could to survive. Because even the person who took care of me at that point is someone you don't expect to actually like step up for you.
Who was that?
That's my aunt. She had a road accident. She's not all that fit, but she's the person who traveled like from Lusaka to Mumbwa to check on me, and that was once.
So were you arrested in Mumbwa?
I was arrested in Lusaka, so I went to Kamwala, went to Chimboka, and then got a transfer. I went to Mumbwa.
Why all those transfers? Do you know?
I don't.
Were you twerking for other prisoners in there?
I didn't even start dancing at that point. I was the music didn't even start, but I had the skills. I could dance like Pama Wedding Yama Sisters Nabonse.
You're the nice
but
boy.
I didn't have it the way I did it with the music. You know what I mean? It was just something saying, okay, Shana come on, Washana. That type of arrangement. No, not in prison.
Oh, in prison.
I never danced for anyone. Right. Prison I was against. I was from the streets, bro. So I knew the codes. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you can believe it, but I can fight too. That's the thing.
Like boxing or just fight?
Bro, I can fight.
Mix the two of us.
Huh? Exactly. You're fighting, learning, like I've studied how to fight. I used to go for classes.
No, not that. Whoa,
yeah.
Like UFC fighting, mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial art. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's different.
That helped me in so many circles. I was a cadet. Like I said, I was from the military background. So at 15, it was me, 15 years old. I started training from that time.
Do you know how much UFC fighters are making right now? I could manage you. You're a fit guy.
No, I can't fight now.
You just said you can fight.
I can't fight now for money. Unless back in the days.
We could make money though.
No.
Adesanya.
Back from your men.
Conor McGregor.
No, I can't.
Come on, there's gloves, there's gums.
Had you and I had this discussion 2 episodes ago, of course I'd have wanted to know about your relationships. But I made a declaration 2 episodes ago that I'm not going to go down that road. I'm a completely changed person.
And I feel like that's been said a lot. Whatever people know about my relationships, let it be. I'm trying to kill it. Because it's like you said, it's like it overshadows the music. But I'm far much better than most of these people.
1,000,000%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So even me being quiet throughout, like before, when I was making this music that I just dropped, it was really hard for me to do whatever I could do because I'm trying to kill that.
Right.
I do not want to be seen as the person who's known for dick, like you said. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be an artist. When someone says Aqualaskin, they look at the hits. They look at their accomplishments with music.
They don't think of the baby mama drama. They don't think of
let's put that aside. You know, sadly, that's...
And the power is with you. You know this, right?
Yeah.
You are able to change the narrative.
Yeah.
I was saying to this guy...
Total rebrand.
I don't know if you know this, but he had lunch with Sheffy a couple of days ago.
Yeah. And I'll keep talking about that story for the rest of my life.
No, I would love to have lunch with Sheffy.
Yeah.
He can organize that.
No, I can organize that too. I can do it, but he's a busy guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sheffy is one
I know where he
person
has lunch from. I can take you.
Sheffy is one person. You see his life. Let's just talk about his life, away from his music. Do you know anything?
That is exactly why I brought up Sheffy.
Exactly.
Oh, right, right. I see.
That part of Sheffy is something I want to be. You know, already I fucked up. Yes, it is. But he said you can fix it.
1,000,000%.
You see? So that's what I want to achieve.
You know, you can start today and change the ending of your story.
Yeah, yeah. And
if you keep going at this trajectory, the end of your story is just going to be about Feroza and what's his ex's name? The baby mom?
Who's ex?
His ex. Yeah, it's only two women that he's been associated with. No, man, not her. You know who I'm talking about.
Of course I know.
Yeah.
I do know, yeah.
Oh, you're just not going to help me out?
No, I'm not.
What's his ex's name? Go.
Huh?
Tina. Yeah, I think it's Tina.
He doesn't know. Let's just live it. He doesn't know. Let's just live it.
You don't know her?
No, I don't know.
Let's just live it.
But you know what they have in common?
The smile on your face says a lot.
The smile on your face too says a lot.
Because I read it from you, then Elson loves this and that smile.
Yeah.
Kalenga.
So I'm trying to be known for the music, right?
She's thick,
so
right?
I'm trying to be known for the music. So that's what we're working on now.
Well, she talks to your music.
I'm trying to get known for the music.
For the music.
So like even the rebrand now, even my team is working solely on like cleaning my name.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's actually for real. I have missed a lot of opportunities that I would have had if it wasn't for
shit like this.
You feel me?
You know, let me tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
Before the social media and this whole scandals that popped up, you know, when the first time that I heard about you and I saw you was MTN had an event for their partners.
Okay.
I spoke there. And then Komba was speaking, and then you went up there.
Oh, I remember that. I got an invite.
Yeah.
It was when like Msimbi just dropped and the whole thing was popping.
It was popping.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. It's the first time that I saw you. And
so exactly. So people do not want to have me in that conversation or that space because of the dirt with the name that comes from relationship drama.
Right.
So now there's a point, especially when you have a baby to take care of, a life makes you sit down and you start thinking like 50 steps ahead.
1,000,000%.
You feel me? So it's like, hey, so if I don't make another hit song, that's gonna make the whole world dance and I don't have
what
a couple of shows.
Eat?
What am I gonna do? And then there's a balance between going back to being a villain that's gonna compromise your daughter's life again. And then, so what are you gonna do at this point? Just have to fix whatever you have to fix.
Are you making money right now?
Yeah, I am.
But dude, if you, I remember before the mics came on.
Expand.
Oh, okay. Please go on.
So, let me take you back. Before I became like, I went even into the booth, right? I did like a self-course online about music, on how to go about it. And 80% of every conversation I found there is that a lot of people don't make it because they don't have a source of income to feed the music. They depend on the music to feed them, but it doesn't work like that in the beginning. So with the money that I had back in the days, I made a few adjustments that even if the music doesn't feed me for a certain type of, I'm still gonna have something coming in that I can pay the bills with. That's what I'm on right now. I'm not saying I do have money. I have money to survive on. You feel me? So I'm still working on becoming that nigga who went to prison for the same reason, like trying to be independent, trying to be the big guy, I'm working on that in a cleaner way now.
Do you have a plan to do that?
Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, it's better than being gonna plan to do what? Work. When you say, do you plan to do that?
Yeah, like, do you have a plan to actually, like you've said,
go back to what I was doing?
For you to reach the bigger picture? Generate more money, become a bigger person. Do you know exactly how you're gonna get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the ways that I was planning to get there, the industry is too industry, for lack of a better term, it's just fucked.
Okay.
Everywhere. You know, you get to have these cock blockers that are always like, and our industry is one that is made up of the same people. They make certain things happen for Zambian music.
And you don't get along with these people.
So, and for me, I'm big on like loyalty and just holding grudges. If I hold a grudge, I hold a grudge. Doesn't matter if you're making a lot of money and I'm supposed to be part of it, but if you fucked up or I stepped on your toes and you stepped on mine, we're not gonna work. I believe there's so much money in the world, we can both exist without,
so who in the music industry do you think is a gatekeeper or is cock blocking?
We don't have gatekeepers, we just have greedy people who have access to people who make it work.
Like who?
Do you want me to say their names?
Yeah.
So I start fighting again.
You're not fighting.
I mean, you've already created
You're not fighting.
People will they know themselves. Look.
Are they artists or are they managers?
Of course they are artists, they're managers, they're producers, they're people who are just associated.
But if they're artists and you're in the same industry, how are they gatekeeping when you're all at the same level?
So now let me give you an
artists?
example, right? Here's the thing. When someone wants to put in money, someone who loves music. So let's say he has money and he wants to sponsor artists, right? So you're going to look at who's happening right now. So let's say I'm happening. So you're going to come with me with the plan. This is what I want to do. You feel me? So You're going to get knowledge from me. And I don't know what happens. Valaleka artist wapanga decision ya expand team. So of course he's going to get you because you are his friend. You get my point. So that we know he makes the decisions. Now what I'm saying, it's going to be a chain of people who know each other, but he commands the chain. You feel me? So if I fucked up with him, nang conversation yanjiri uku, regardless of how good I am.
You could be the biggest guy in the game right now.
But just for the sake of I stepped on his toes or Tatumfwa now he has a grudge against me. So
that's what's happening with you.
That's what happened with me. That's the reason why for the past few months I've been in isolation trying to think of how am I going to beat the system.
So let me ask you a question.
Here.
Because part of me really wants to get into them. Because people like scandal, but I'm not going to take that route.
Yeah.
What do you need in order for you to get to where you want to get to? Do you need this person's connections? Is it money that you need? Is it exposure? Is it?
So for me, it's the money that I need. That's going to help me do.
Do you have an amount in mind? Like if I had X amount, it'll get me to where I want to get to.
So let's say if you give me 1 million kwacha, right? That's just an example. Because that's where I start from when I'm trying to make something big. If you have 1 million kwacha and you say, okay, I'm gonna put this money into Aqualaskin. You know, before the year ends, I can make you 3 times that money. That's how far I've planned my music career.
I'm gonna try something crazy here.
So I can even explain to you what I'm trying to say. You know,
please.
If you have a pen and paper, I can even write it down for you. So let's say you give me 1 million kwacha and say, okay, here's 1 million, Aqualaskin, do with it what you have to do, but pay me back. You even put a timestamp for it, right? You get me? So here's the thing. I have that 1 million and I have access to feature anyone within that budget. You know, I can do anything crazy to make one song go viral, right? You get my point. So
you want to hold on just a second? My guy, how are you?
Hello.
Just put it close to your mic.
Wait, before I put him on speaker. You all right, my man? So, quick disclaimer. I'm on the podcast right now.
And you're on loudspeaker.
And I'm talking to a gentleman called Aqualaskin. You know him, hey?
Aqualaskin.
Hello?
What does he do?
Aqualaskin is I'll send you a few YouTube clips, but he's a musician.
Oh, okay.
The guy who did the Msimbi song.
The guy who did the Msimbi song.
The Tonga Msimbi song.
Oh, okay. I
You
know
remember
that
him,
song.
hey?
Yeah.
So the conversation, if you don't want this to be on the podcast, I'll cut it out. But the conversation has led to him, really talented guy, wanting to be on a different level, but is not able to because basically it comes down to money. If he's able to get access to funds, he's able to unlock certain doors to get him to the next level. So you came to mind immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much is involved?
He says how much is involved? Do you have that's why I asked you for a figure.
He says 1 million.
said $1 million? It says $1 million.
$1 million kwacha.
Yeah.
In total.
In
Why,
total.
if he wants to set up a studio.
He is asking if you want to set up a studio. Actually, hold on. There you go.
Just put the mic closer to the...
Hello?
Hello?
How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Aqualaskin here, like he said. Yes, so he put me on a spot and he said, how much would you need to take your music to the next level? And I told him, basically for me, it's $1 million kwacha, right?
Just put the phone closer to...
Hello?
Hello, I'm getting you.
Yes, it's $1 million kwacha. So he called you immediately because you came to mind. So now he's given me the phone so I could explain and you can ask me directly.
Okay.
Yes. So you were asking, saying, do I want to set up a studio?
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the plans.
So, wait, can you give me the breakdown of the same $1 million kwacha?
So I can't really give it to you here on a podcast, but I can do it afterwards, so I can actually break it down really good and show you on how certain things might work.
So this is live.
Yes. Hello? Yeah, this is live.
Okay, plus and your friend.
This is what the industry needs. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this offline.
Okay, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, K Plus wants to say something.
Wempondo.
I thank you, friend.
Yeah.
Camera is more thing.
Katusho Serena di Flungano Moichoy. I was about to say something, then I remember the cameras are on Nalatuma.
Okay. Let's talk when you're done.
All right, cool. I'll call you when we're done. I'm sure I know where you are, considering it's Saturday today.
All right.
Nalatu.
All right, my man. Don't worry. It's not live. It's being recorded. So we've got an option to cut it out.
No names were mentioned, so it's fine.
That part, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, cool.
So it is possible.
Yeah, I feel you. So
It is
now,
possible.
So now, like I was saying, right? It's not really about, okay, he's the biggest guy. If I go there, I'll ask something. You know what I mean? But it's about the loyalty and the principle behind the energy going into what we're doing. Because at that point, it's just about the hype, you know, and I'm not big on that. I would rather make my own hype because I can do it better than other people do it. You know what I mean? I believe so much in myself that I do not need to go to anyone who's popping or having the hype in order to make the next move. You know? When Dinema did the Tidwale thing,
Right.
he said, as a creative, go on and do whatever you want to do. And I said, okay, since I want to tap into the local market, let me do it. Because people have been doing this thing where a team goes viral, they do music and it pops out like that. Let me try to do it also. I wrote that song in 30 minutes and it was done.
Tidwale. You guys
Exactly.
made a bang out.
You
of
know
that
what
song,
I mean?
man.
So I do not need anyone's approval in the game, especially an industry like Zambia, in order to be big.
Right.
Because you know what I mean? There are so many ears outside there that are even more beneficial. Not to discredit our people here. They do help us a lot.
Right.
But there are ears out there that could change your life in an instant compared to these people who claim they're get holders or whatever it is. You feel me? So I do think of things in that line. But sometimes life hits you, you don't have a move except so I chose to just sit back and just wait for whatever time is going to come.
Dude, I've noticed you're not very big on social media.
It's the same thing where we're branding. The more I'm on social media, the more I want to say something stupid or do something.
Right.
You feel me?
But
And I
can you
bring that
be
up-
on social media just to promote this episode?
She's going to do it. My manager would do it. Don't worry.
Is that your manager?
Yeah, she is.
She manages everyone in the industry, this one.
Wait,
Walia.
isn't she the one that brought what's the
Natasha,
girl's name?
Princess
So
Natasha
what, do you
Chancellor.
manage Natasha as well?
She's everybody's manager, this one.
Okay.
Dude, I brought up social media because and Elson and I had this discussion, I think just yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
How we have sort of become desperate for numbers. Like you release a song and you want to get to 1 million real quick. You're not worried about anything else. You just want the numbers, and people are getting so desperate as to buy fake numbers on YouTube. And we're seeing this more and more often.
And
From
then
who?
the funny part is,
Wait, just hold on, my man. Just hold on. From who?
From people in the industry.
Like who?
I'm not going to mention names right now
I
because
will.
this episode is about
are you talking
Aqualaskin.
about the Chile One scandal that's happening
Babs,
right
yeah,
now?
so I like this guy.
I didn't want to be the one to mention
No,
names.
I
yeah.
don't feel like, look, as an artist from Zambia, we do not have exposure to a lot of things. So he might have done it in a way that he didn't even know was illegal, you know? Because you go on the internet and you find these pop-up ads saying you can buy views for whatever it is, you know? You never know who's authentic.
Yeah, and people are desperate for numbers to the extent that they'll buy the numbers.
They were in a competition like 3 people who are like 2 people. Let me not say, Mordecai was dropping too, right?
Take Mordecai out of the conversation.
Whoever lost numbers bought numbers.
I don't really...
So whoever lost numbers, competition between him and Yo Maps.
Okay, if we look at it at a bigger pace, because I love what Mordecai did, because it gives strength to the kids who didn't have... What? Look, you can actually fight with anyone who's big at that point and actually have a chance of winning. It's just the carriage. Because people would rather kiss Yo Maps or Chile One's ass, even if they are good and they could do something about it themselves. But him and his team didn't take that. On the same day, when you actually know saying, there's a gun to my head, and they tell you to sing much Chinese, that's what he did. You feel me? And he managed. Him and his team managed. And congratulations for that, you know? If I was like back in the days, if I could like stand, you know, I would have done it too. Just to be there and say, okay, I have big boss so I can do it. You feel me? But because of the cleanup, I have a bigger team now, you know, it's like, yo, come on. There's a bigger picture we're looking at. This whole thing is just going to take us 100 steps back. So chill out. Let's do the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe Chile One didn't even know saying, if he did it, he might have just paid to have a lot more views, you know, but he didn't know saying it's not authentic. You know what I mean? So I don't even blame him. It's just at the end of the day, it's like he said, we're trying to get numbers because that's what's feeding us. Unfortunately, in this country, this is where we've gotten. So the more numbers you have, the more people think ulechitika. Even if you have poor, even if you know what I mean? That's the era we've got to. If you look at the song like Ngateba Yawe, people, what did they say about that song?
They say what?
No, not away from being stolen. They said it's a basic song for such a big artist.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's what a lot of people were saying in the comments.
I heard that.
But how is that song basic? And then someone is going to tell me and say Zambia is a Christian nation. You feel me? So all those things, I think of them in that line. That song is amazing if you look at it from a point of an artist. What did he do last time? He made the whole country dance. 12 million in 4 months, right? So it's possible for him to come do a song thanking God, but people didn't look at it that way. And we get misunderstood as artists like that. And we have to take the L because Ulimuntumu and then against a million heads. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah. A lot of people don't understand it like that.
What's in your mind?
I'm digesting and absorbing everything he just said right now. It made a lot of sense.
I feel you. Cheers.
I'm sure you're happy that he mentioned names.
Yeah, because
he wants proof. He always want to have like...
No, I just want to... You know what? To be honest, I like frank conversations. Been attacked for it. But a big part of why I feel we have not progressed is because we do not want to have frank conversations. If we have honest conversations, I feel we'll be in a totally different space. So things that he does is he insinuates stuff, doesn't really want to take it to where it is supposed to be taken to. So yeah, I kind of appreciate sitting with somebody who we can have an honest and open and frank conversation with.
I feel you.
So
I just don't want to take the...
We know you'll change.
No, I just don't want to take the attention of the conversation from you to any other topic. I mean, it's
no, but it's not. It's his episode.
Yeah.
And it's a point that you were driving.
That's why I'm appreciating with the fact that he mentioned whatever names he did.
So the other thing I'm trying to talk about is how I feel like going into the same circle every time even fucks up the industry more. Because it's like, look, if I'm buzzing, right?
Right.
And then I have people who haven't made a bigger song than I have made. Because Msimbi was big.
That song
you feel
huge,
me?
Man.
I'm not afraid to brag about it. That song was the one at that time.
It was the shit.
Even now when it plays, it still is the shit.
It was the shit.
Exactly.
And the urine.
So now the thing is, you have people...
Stop being disgusting.
So you have people who think that industry key players, automatically they feel like they have access to you. They can call you and tell you, so. You get my point? But they don't even have a vision for you, but they just like the hype you're coming with. I had those calls and I turned them all down. You know, and that's where the enmity came in. Because I could get to a show and everybody wants to have my line. You know what I mean? It's like, you've made it on your own, right? That's great. Let's work. When can we be in studio? And I never answered any of those calls or text them back.
Why?
I knew it was fake love from that point. That's why I'm saying I'm big on being real and just holding a grudge. You feel me? So it's like when you're in a room and they're seated, right? Amongst themselves. They might say something bad and my name comes up. They start saying whatever they say. Someone will get up from there and say, so. You feel me? Those kind of things get to me. And immediately I hear that door is locked. I already know you don't like me like you trying to act you do. You know?
So you believe in burning bridges?
If they don't even carry weight, man, why not?
I mean, they're going to bring profit to you.
Yo, I don't think there's anyone who can lock anyone's career in this country. I'm sorry if you feel like you can. That's a lie.
Yeah.
The level the industry is at, you can't. I'm telling you. It's just a bit of money, like I said, right? Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me bring it back. Do you feel like most of these artists who pop now would survive without the help of these money donors that want to be mentioned names, that want to be known, saying they're associated with artists on a level of a Zambian artist?
And then every one of your songs need to end in shout-outs.
You know what I mean? Do you feel like other people would have made it without that? You feel me? So I look at that. What happened? I blew up. I didn't go to anyone and say, no one came to me to say, no one came. Why? Because once you get my point. You get me? I know such things happen.
Right.
And there's nothing I can do about it because I came into the game on my own accord and I'm like, okay, I'm going to make it regardless. You know, I'm not saying, no, I don't need anyone to sponsor me or help me make certain moves. No. But the thing is, I just want suck a dick to get it. You get my point? If you don't want to do it, be. If you want to let it be. People think I'm cocky. No, I'm not humble, but I just don't want to be stepped on. That's me. I can't let you do something bad to me when I know I can even go higher than you are. If we remove those privileges that you have. You know what I mean? So I'm only going to tell you the way it is and I forget about it. And people hate me for that.
Damn.
You know, if I was allowed by my team to go and say, so that's why I would have said it. But like I said, we're trying to move clean, away from drama, away from everything else. So we're just going to let it slide. I had to take a break, regroup myself, you know, some things were, you know, but I'm only human, I make mistakes.
Yeah.
When the relationships came in, you know, I could have handled them better and they wouldn't have gotten to wherever they got. But unfortunately, so we moved past that and tried to be better.
How old are you?
27.
You're still learning, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you've been speaking about rebranding almost throughout the...
You're like half his age.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You've been talking about rebranding almost throughout
So the mistakes that you're making, shitty part is being made in public.
Yeah.
But there's nothing new about the mistakes that you're making that anybody hasn't made. In fact, people have made worse than what you have.
Yeah.
Only difference is the microscope is on you.
Yeah.
And so the tiny little missteps that you then take are sort of blown up. You know what I mean? But there's really nothing, including the people that go to and they key away. They have done.
And you know, that's how I got into the industry. Like everybody shitted on me every time I did the English song. I used to pay pages to like just put me on doing stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how the buzz even started, you know? Shout out to Alice Rowlands. She's been someone that I don't talk about a lot, but she helped me a ton.
How did she help you?
Like she heard Sokomboka, my first big hip hop song, right? And she said, look, you're better than this. Let me brand you a bit. Let me get to show people a different side, you know. She taught me how to move with the swag, how to talk to certain people, you know what I mean? She put her effort into making me look like the music I made at that point. And she never asked for anything in return.
Serious?
She even went and we don't even talk as much, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's one person I would say I really want to say thank you to, you know?
Yeah.
She's one of the people who played a key role in everything that's happening now, you know? Even when shit happens, she's like, come on, baby boy, you're good. This happens. How do we move from here? blah, 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 blah. I've got this person, go see them and see if they can give you a spot. You need to perform. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Alice,
So it's not like
Alice, we need to talk.
So it's not like you told people just look out for each other, huh?
No, I just feel like she has a good heart. She's misunderstood too because she moves different. That's how I feel. Otherwise, muntu msumazana.
Okay.
She's a very kind-hearted person. And
I like
she
that.
does
She
things.
is. That she
I love
is.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've spoken a couple. There's few people that I get along with in this industry. Apart from Kalenga, I can
Iris.
say
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get along with Iris.
What happened? You guys broke up. The friendship.
Not Iris.
Okay. Dude, I before Elson cut me short, but he also brought up a good point. I want to take that away from him.
Yeah.
I was asking about the rebrand. You keep talking about how you're changing things in your life. You're rebranding.
Yeah.
You're no longer going to be dancing on stage. Who is about to come out right now?
So the person about to come out is someone in line to being a real star. Okay. You know what I mean? I want to be recognized as not a plan B artist, but a plan A artist.
A-list.
So I'm gonna give you an example, a name, Sampa. You see how she comes out?
Who?
Sampa the Great.
Yeah.
You see? She might be in the country the whole month or 2 months, but nobody's got to know about it. The moves she's making are way different. While it's here, you're arguing with who has more numbers. She's out there. Ale imbira basungu, ali Coachella, ali kuli Jimmy Nani. You feel me? Now, those moves have never come from a Zambian. You know? Like, umuntu wa kulida film industry am Zambia. No ties with Abakuntanshi, you know what I mean? I would like to get the money to get me the connections. We build it from there and keep it pushing. Not out of sympathy. No, I'm a Zambians, Nikuzambian, Nikushani, like any Pangire show, they go and fuck your name up, you know? This is something I've been wanting to say. The UK promoters need to be serious.
Yeah,
They're really tarnishing our names as Zambians.
That F up, they F'd up this week.
What happened?
The Mutale Monza Chef 187 in the UK thing.
It's not even about Zambians at this point. Like,
it's
we the
Zimbabweans
artists
organize that gig anyway.
Bro,
What happened?
they really need to do something about
didn't
it.
see that?
Or else
What happened?
Dude, so Chef 187, DJ Switcher, Mutale Mwanza are booked to entertain at this gig in the UK, Birmingham.
Yeah.
And then they find it's in some tiny, dingy school
And people
hall.
say it was a Bluetooth thing. You know what I mean?
They had like a tiny school desk where they put the sound system. It was just... There was a Bluetooth speaker
So
there.
you feel me? So it's like now...
Mutale refused to
why?
perform.
You know?
Why? Because of that.
Dude, no, that gig was shitty, man.
Yo, you know how Mutale is. Mutale stands
But
on
those are
that
the same. And those are the same ones that took them to Australia.
No, it's a different company. It's a different
is.
clique. No,
It is.
No, I don't feel it is.
No, this is a Zimbabwean thing. Australia,
if you look at-
guys.
if you look
no,
at- look.
Wait,
different clique.
wasn't Amara Brown part of the Australian one?
Yeah,
Wasn't that the other Zimbabwean
that was
on the Australian
Tensi
one?
and
But if you look
Savvy
at how it
Entertainment
turned out,
in
it was
Australia.
more professional.
Yeah.
Yomaps was there, right?
Yeah, in Australia, yeah.
You see how...
Was your match on the Australian one?
Yeah,
Yeah, did you see the
Damara
improvement that was there?
Oh, yeah.
So it definitely can't be the same people.
No, it's not
because
the
this
same
was shitty, 100%.
No, Mutale went live. Is it this morning talking about how upset she was?
And do you know what artist was there? Sheffy 187. And you know how Sheffy does his thing.
Yeah.
And then he was forced to do it. And I feel like at this point, it's not about the artists who go there. It's about the organizers. They are really making us look bad. And at this point, this is where now we even have labels coming to Zambia, Muntulu on a record label, and then they fuck up the line at the end of the day, and they don't have to pay for it. You know? I feel like if the industry had people who really think about the future, instead of just feeding themselves and trying to be entitled all the time, we would have had a stronger chain and system that would regulate certain things. Because at this point, Zambia is not a shitty place to listen to music from. You know what I mean? We make good music.
We do, actually.
We make good music.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Bruh. We spoke of Sampa.
Yeah.
Eve Sampatembo.
Let's take two artists.
Yeah.
Two big artists. We'll take Yo Maps and we'll take Sampa.
Yeah.
They've taken two different approaches in the direction of their music.
Yeah.
When you think of Sampa, Sampa is huge outside Zambia.
Yeah.
And so the Coachella and everything that you've mentioned, she's managed to achieve that. She was even on Barack Obama's playlist
for
2021, right?
22.
Yeah.
And then let's take Yo Maps' approach, where he's huge in Zambia.
Yeah.
Outside Zambia, not so much.
So, yeah.
Right. So if you could take an approach of what you'd like to see yourself, say, in 5 years.
Yes.
Which of the two do you think would most likely resonate more with you?
Sampa the Great.
Okay.
Do you know why I'm saying this? People on the local scene are big on local language is going to take me wherever it's going to take me. But at the end of the day, you need to know saying, uli kuntanshi ukwete last sekula, tomfwechi nyanja, tomfwechi bemba, tomfwechi tonga. Okay? That person speaks na volume yandala mesha lai sokfuma from other places. So you are already at a disadvantage if you're running against someone like Sampa, because Sampa vasungu ni wangu nishapisha. You need to start asking Finch wala ndide. You need to start getting favors. You know what I mean? You need to start walambo start just, and it's gonna take more money, but Sampani pa fia kontolok. You get my point? So it's, if I was, okay, let me speak on my end. If I was to change something, I would fire everyone who's been associated with the music game for the past 20 years, Kuntansh, system. I no longer want those people. You get my point?
You'd rather work with Walia?
I would rather work with fresh minds that are coming up now. The kids are more talented than the elderly.
Of course.
You feel me? It's like those people are doing it to save bank, and whenever they like, but they folk feeding our families here at this point. But the kids have something to prove. It's not about the money. It's about the name. So even the moves they make, there's more risk. You know what I mean? You're going to look at a song like Far Away Yakwa Mordecai, and you're going to say, Fiabu Puba Fida. But it's more international. Regardless of the branding, whatever it is. It's going to resonate with more people compared to Ngatebaya. You get my point?
Right.
So they're all great songs. I'm not saying they're bad songs. You know what I mean?
I get your point.
Yes.
They've got different markets.
But internationally, when we come to speaking internationally, Mordecai is more favored. You get my point? So that's what I'm talking about. We do not have people who are willing to take the risk and go to open up the actual doors for Zambia. We have people who are trying to make sure they survive even in the 10 years from the kids that are coming up, because waliva for in a certain way. You know what I mean? S-Trap, Aingida. You know what I mean? You've got Dismo, Aingida. You've got people who's happening now. Black Kid. Already, let's say they do not think. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what am I going to get from this kid? The fame, the name, whatever it is. They're not looking at how can I improve this kid to actually go out there so we can even make bigger bag. It's about limiting that whole circle so that they can benefit every other time. Why are you going to get a person like... You get a person like...
Sorry, there's a helicopter flying over right now.
Yeah.
So if you hear any noise, it's the helicopter flying
now
overhead.
Violence.
Let's go.
I'm just going to say it the way it is. Why are you going to get a person like... You're going to get a person like Chewe.
Like who?
Chewe. Do you know who Chewe is? What song did he do with KB that was big? Kalemanama Gold Digger. You know that's all right?
Nope.
No.
Fuck. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Never heard of this nigga. Chewy.
I'm sure the song you've heard of it. Okay.
Kalemanama Gold Digger.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
Okay, fine. Okay, here's the thing.
Never heard it.
I'm going to take it back.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something. Why are you going to get a person like Yomaps, right? You sign Yomaps under your record label. You feel me? You have a person like Yomaps with the potential that he has to even do greater things. Okay?
Right.
And then you want to sign 10 other niggas. When you can use that money to pump into Yomaps and actually make him the bridge between the world and Zambia, because it's the one they relate to at the moment. Why do you want him to keep doing the same shit over and over again? Do you get my point?
The point you've brought up reminds me so much. Have you watched that documentary on Netflix? I think it's the history or story of Afrobeats, and how in 2010, 2011, like the whole industry in Nigeria put money into Wizkid.
Yes.
They moved him, like everyone was putting money, like the millionaires in Nigeria, the industry guys, the Maven, who's Maven Records again?
Don Jazzy.
Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy gathers a group of millionaires to put money in whiskey. They move him. They buy him a house in America. Exactly. They buy him a car. They buy him studio time. And the whole industry puts money into one guy to export Afrobeats. And by 2016-17, they succeeded on the mission.
So now, do you know how the system for Nigeria, when it comes to music, how it works? It's not just any Jim and Jack who can go out there and say, I'm going to host a show, I'm going to do whatever it is. Right. You need to be checked. There's a person who needs to see you if you're going to go to the American people. There's someone who takes you there. It's already arranged. You need to get to a certain level to talk to that person in order for you to go those ends. You need to be trained in a certain way in order for you to jump that bridge. Okay? Now, you look at Yomaps. He jumps from... what label was that? He's jumped, Nexus, I don't know. So he's jumped so many labels. So if those people really had him like in mind and say, we really want to make a difference, do you think all those guys with the money they had would have failed to get him a feature with Diamond? Because he's been wanting that.
Yeah, and you can see I was always liking all the Diamond posts on Instagram.
Even what he does most of the time, you can see a bit of Diamond in him. He said it, that's my person.
It basically takes money. I don't think it takes. I don't think it takes so many Instagram likes.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He can like the shit out of all his posts.
But dude, come on, man.
I've never
do you feel like all these people
Instagram
who put money in these all different people, like you put money into Slap D, you put money into Macky2, whoever it is, do you feel they can fail to get Yomaps to this level to feature Diamond Platinums? And make more money out of it? If Diamond Platinums is saying it's 100K USD to feature me, do you feel they could have failed? When these people are actually money sharks, they get billions of dollars on whatever it is. You feel me?
I mean, it's just 2.2 million kwacha.
That's what I'm saying. But why are you going to invest 30 million into a record label and fail to get Yomaps a Diamond feature? You know what I mean? Yeah. So now it gets to a point where artists are frustrated with these people because they cannot make the actual moves they promised. And now you end up doing your own shit in order to survive. And that way the industry can't grow. Because in a neka pano, you get me? I won't look in the sides. I won't look 5 years from now. I won't say industry kabashan. I just want to make money so I can survive with my family in the next 5 years.
And all you're going to focus on is your gigs.
And that's it. Yomaps is getting paid the 100K. What happens to that kid, Panshi, who doesn't have that, that help to get to a Yomaps level? What's going to happen? You are Zambian, but you don't even have a Spotify office. Why is Zambia taking one shock stuff? Can't you go to wherever it is? You have one of those.
Yeah, I mean, our industry is not that big yet. So.
You are a Zambian, but you barely can have your video on Channel O, Trace Aben. What are we doing, man?
I'm actually trying to see if I can.
Speaking of Trace, I saw what's the Tonga rapper guy's name again? King Illest.
So now you see what happens.
Yeah.
Even King Illest, you can even see saying it's too expensive for him to keep pulling those moves at the end of the day.
He posted something about having 1 million views on YouTube is cool and all, but having your song still playing on Trace is a whole different flex.
You feel me? So now he has that hype to put out in order to look like the biggest person. Because the music won't talk. People won't listen to his music like that. But he has all these other things he needs to say in order to look like he's really balling. You feel me?
Yeah.
And those, if you have artists get into such things, it's not good for the industry. Because at the end of the day, once it's you get my point. I'm not Tonga, but I had the biggest Tonga song. How did I do that?
Yeah, how did you do that?
Exactly. People were saying, club DJs, families of Zambian music, they only play my piano. For me, I saw that as an opportunity. I said, I'm going to make a song every DJ is going to play in this country. I went to Easy the Producer. We made that in like an hour. You know what I mean? Exactly.
And who was your Tonga coach?
I was writing things on Facebook, then the fans translate in the comments.
No way.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. So that's how we did it.
Wow.
So it takes moves like that. But I'm limited also. I can't get a 60 pin and go put in a music video and I know I won't get it back in the next 5 months and I need
How much did you spend on that video?
I spent like 25 pin.
Oh, okay.
Just to get the dancers, because everything I do by myself.
The car wash.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even that car we used was by my friend who was helping me run my career at that point. We just had to get it.
So you didn't pay shit for it?
No, we didn't. We only buy gas. Gas or
I swear Tonga people were very convinced you were a Tonga guy.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So if I'm able to make such a move, now imagine if I had the resources. I don't need 100 songs in a year to be big, man. All I need are 5 songs that are gonna help me take every other song to the next level. An example is Tyler. Do you think Tyler is that talented to be this big?
Anyway, story for another day.
You feel me? So I feel like even the people we let come in and try to say, so we let them get away easily at the end of the day. Because even Nexus, Mwalimona, it ruined a lot of people's lives, right?
Yeah, true.
A lot of artists were fucked at that time. Even now, we're still trying to survive that phase. Because I had a hit song on my own. They call me and say, we're going to make you bigger. And then they go blow another artist up using me.
They signed you?
Bro.
Who did they blow up again?
Let's forget about it. It's crazy, man. I've fought this battle already. Yeah.
Just think of what? The Msimbi song. Tidwale.
Yeah. Tidwale was my first big song.
So who's the
Msimbi wasn't?
So who's the
No,
artist on the
Msimbi
remix?
wasn't. There's
Hold on.
Sandana Ken Zavin.
Haha. Okay, I see where the conversation is going now.
So now you see, that's me feeling bad because at that point I was so hyped. They told me we're going to take you to South Africa. We're going to make you a better rapper in English, no TV. You know, they came with all that. So in my head, I was like, oh, my plan is going to work now, you know? And then from a big label like Nexus, you only end up getting 20 pin.
Like your whole time with Nexus, you only made a 20 pin.
That's the only amount I got.
And is this like from a gig or they just gave you that as a recording artist?
No, this is me saying, Anne, go and fix yourself. Here's a 20 pin. Go do a photo shoot. Umoneke wino. Go whatever it is. That's the only thing. You get my point. So now you can understand why I'm a bitter person because these people wasted my time. And immediately after that, I managed to make a song like Msimbi. So why am I gonna even say Twalikwatama record label?
Tidwale was before.
Yeah. So now if I can make a song like Msimbi on my own, off my own pocket, my own hype, so why do I need, you know?
A local record label.
So that's the reason why people say I'm proud. But I'm not proud. I just know what they can do for me and what I want. There's a difference.
And now you've got a new project called Self-Therapy. What's that about, Self-Therapy?
So that's like the final phase of my healing. I was so fucked up. My engine wasn't working.
What engine?
My mind.
Okay.
Yeah, not the dick is always strong. So it's me like just trying to say, okay, enough of this shit. I don't want to be known for the drama. You know, I want to start on a clean slate. You know what I mean? Let me say it how I'm feeling. And that's the song. So if you listen to track 1, it involves me talking about how I fucked up with my baby mama and everything and how I wish I could have done it different. You know, if you listen to Philip Wa, it's me saying, okay, yes, I broke your heart, but you wouldn't have gone out and say so much shit about me without saying the good stuff. Because if we're in a relationship, definitely there's sweet things also. So if you're gonna say I'm a dog, say, okay, even in bed, he's a beast. You know what I mean? Say all those things. You feel me? So track 3 is me saying,
I never spelled
okay,
it.
after everything is said and done, I might be in here, seated in my room, depressed, whatever it is, but Abantu who put me in this situation, they're moving on with their lives. They're actually making money. They're moving forward. So I'm going to choose me here and then I'm going to move my way. It's my goals. It's me, you know? And then if you listen to track 4, Happy People, it talks about how letting go sometimes is okay. If you're stressed, just go to the club, have a great time. Doesn't matter if you're having your sugar mommy money, it's the money from your sugar daddy. Go out and spend it. You know what I mean?
Dude, I know on track
It's so
4 right
funny
now.
you say
but
that because
not-
there was that rumor about you.
It's the same thing I'm saying. When you're in a relationship, a lot of things happen and people, we get to do things without even thinking of them. You know what I mean? So the fucked up thing is, in the end, you come and twist things and they look like, you know? And I'm a man. Of course, people are supposed to think about that. And it's okay. It's fine. It happened, you know? And I take full responsibility, like I say. But sometimes it's just good when you're trying to make someone look bad. Also, shed light on the other good stuff. You feel me?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, so
I mean, nobody's always 100% evil.
Nobody is. If I wanted, I would just go out and say anything I want to say about people I've dated. Because there's bad things that happened, of course, in a relationship.
Right.
But I'm not that nigga. I'm not that person. I'm not going to come to you and say, my girl, shit. No. I'm going to come to you and tell you, ooh, she is what she says she is. I even move. You know,
No
for
matter
certain
how-
people, you're not even going to have the privilege to ask me about my relationship because I won't tell you. Nala
Right.
Furuwa Palace, because it's none of your
Yeah,
business.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get me?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the type of person I am.
But let me ask you this, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think that also would it be possible because certain females, when they go out to deliberately discredit you and assassinate your character, it's most likely because they don't want anybody else to have you. They want to have you to themselves.
Yeah.
So if they paint a picture of how much of a horrible person you are, women are not going to want to touch you.
Yeah.
And so then she can have access to you.
But for a person like me, do you believe someone can block me when it comes to girls?
What does that mean? Someone like you, how?
So let's say you say they don't want anyone else to have you, so women can have you.
When it comes to someone like you, what's someone like you like?
Do you think I can fail to get pussy at the end of the day, even if I was painted in a very bad way?
I don't know.
Speaking of which, let me quote your lyrics here. You say niggas want your bitch because she's your bitch.
Yeah.
They don't even like her.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this like a personal experience?
Of course it is.
Niggas want your bitch just because she's your bitch.
Yeah, it is.
They don't even like her.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, I agree with you. A lot of the time, I even say this to you. When I said, niggas, well, let me not say you, because then it will seem like I'm talking about your wife. Niggas will fuck your wife.
Yeah.
They won't take her.
Yeah.
They will fuck and they'll return it back to you.
Just because it's you.
That's because it's you.
Exactly. He just wants to know how it feels and just come brag and say you know, or tell his friends saying, get them guys in Naija. You know what I mean? It's just like that and it ends there. And it's happened to me.
So has it happened to you?
Of course it
and
has.
Did the people fuck the girl?
No, listen, it's like this. Mine is a different thing, right? Listen, I'm still gonna say this. I still blame myself for that. Because it's like you break up with a girl, but you've got one thing in common, which is a baby, right?
Oh,
you get my point. So now here, the two of you mate in life, right? So I'm sure one of your fruits, yari pia fast pali mababidi, when it comes to fame, you know what I mean? So now when you're there, you consider each other as brothers, right? So you apangika festi, you feel me? And then you start pulling him close. And then you've got one person in common like your mom. You know what I mean? And there's, I like the way you're playing. And then the bond becomes strong. You feel me? And then Isa Pangi call you. You get my point? Again, he called you to be part of that same thing that made him even become bigger. You get my point? So the relation there is brotherhood. You know?
And
then you break up with your baby mama. You get my point? So this nigga is supposed to protect and not take advantage because there's a baby involved. You get my point? It doesn't matter whether you get my point? Are you getting
I get what you mean.
Yes.
So the person that did this, okay, go ahead.
So now the thing is, because of the relationship you two built and you're both from the street, there's a code. You cannot fuck with your family, your friend's family like that. People die for it, right? You know what I'm talking about. The street is the street. You cannot fuck with your friend's girl, regardless if they break up or whatever it is. But he goes on, okay, and wants to have a taste and wants to make a viral moment, and he ends up having a relationship, a 2-minute relationship with your baby mama, and then he goes and acts like nothing happened.
Snakes.
You feel me?
Snakes.
So now if I get upset and say, nigga, you and me are never gonna vibe again, people think I'm the enemy.
So who was that? So who did that?
Triple M did that. You get my point?
But let me ask you a question, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So I'm trying to think of if I had a hypothetical gun and a bullet.
Yeah.
Who that would go to? To the ex or to your friend?
Yeah, to the ex for opening her legs and allowing that happening.
Now, the thing is,
or your friend.
This is me, right?
Yeah.
Yo, dude, are you fucking my baby mama? No, you're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Who said that? Who said
hang up the phone.
Who said you're gonna see what's gonna happen? He said that.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we're just doing something. You know what it is? And like a few weeks ago, I was telling this nigga saying, I'm having problems with my baby mama, bro. How am I gonna go about it? Help me see this outside the box.
Shit.
You feel me? We were on a Yango, nigga. You feel me? And I say that. So when I started hearing rumors, this is me trying to be a gentleman and be a friend. I don't want to put him on the spot. You know what it is? Because I know where this could go if I say, okay, fuck it, let's go the street route. You feel me? So I'm like, I hear rumors and I tell niggas saying, fuck your niggas, that's my nigga. He can't do that. And then I'm at the club, I see something fishy. You feel me? I see him in my baby mama car. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, dude, are you fucking my baby mama?
Oh, you saw him in your baby mama's group?
Exactly. And I was like, yo, dude, are you fucking my baby mama? And he said, no, you're going to see what's happening. And I hang the phone. I let it go. You know, a few days later, I find out he was doing it. You know, I call my baby mama trying to make that monthly thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, you hear him in the background. Who's that you're talking to? I'm like, fuck this nigga. You know what I mean? So it's like, people do not know what loyalty is. You know what I mean?
He's beefing with everyone. Have you seen him beefing with Gazadi and Mordecai?
No, that's his own. You look, don't get me wrong.
Doesn't
I'm
like
happy.
peace, eh?
My fruits were ripe first, his were second.
problems,
But I had something to do with whatever happened. So you're supposed to respect me as a brother. And someone we both have in common, his name is Cecino. He's someone I respect so much. He tried to bring us close together. I was a fan from the day he dropped his first hyped song. You know, I would reach out to this nigga. I would comment. I would do whatever I could just to help him have that extra hype that I had. And then in the end, it comes out to be like that. Do you know what he did? He sent me a text message and said, no, I hope you heal, man. You need to get back to the hype that you had. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What am I even going to say with this text? You know, I asked you as a nigga who's loyal. The first time I said, are you fucking my baby mama? You were supposed to be open with me. Let me know what's up. You know, I'm not offended because he got to that point. They're big people. They can fuck. I don't care.
But would you have appreciated honesty? Would you have allowed them to continue the relationship
I
if
wasn't
he was
with a
honest?
girl. So what I would have done, because, yo, I'm a fucked up person. I would have said, yo, when it comes to my child, you need to have boundaries or fuck you up. That was the only thing I was going to say.
You would have allowed them to be together,
That's
but
what
not
they wanted.
be in
They
your
were old
daughter's
enough.
life.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes to my child, you need to have manners, like a whole lot of them. I don't care if you're with the baby mama or whatever it is, that's my child. So you need to watch yourself. Or that's a route that's going to be the last for you ever making on earth. And that's exactly what I would have told him. I would have told him that and stayed away from him.
And you'd have
feel me?
respected the relationship.
Exactly. Bro. Before we knew anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, fine. Have it your way, dude. But you and me, there's nothing we're gonna, because I can't, how are we gonna click when you're dating my baby mama?
So, you know what you're saying. I want to expand on that a little. I've got a certain friend of mine who I won't mention.
You niggas have so many.
Why look at me like that?
Why are you smiling?
You feel me? It's
Why
like,
are you smiling?
it's
I'm
so
wondering why Gob is
suspicious.
laughing. I'm looking at Gob.
It's
Anyway.
too suspicious. So on my end, that's...
You have a friend?
Do you really want me to get into it?
Do you want him
Do
to
you?
get into it?
It doesn't hurt me.
Does it hurt me?
Of course it does.
It's my story.
My man.
Yeah. So it's like that. So look, I was a very thick-skinned kid coming up in the hip-hop side. People would say everything, but I would go against and just do it how I did. But this time it was too much for me. You know what I mean? It's like niggas hitting you from all angles and you're just there trying to be the bigger person because of your daughter, you know? So it's like, I can't fight all these niggas without it affecting my daughter's life.
Of course.
You know, if I didn't have a daughter, I would have gone like, each one of them would have like, yo, bro, this is what happened. So what's the plan, you know? But I can't do that because there's someone I'm protecting at the end of the day.
Right.
And there's so many things I can't do because of that.
You have to be the bigger man.
Bro.
True.
Exactly.
So, does he have more money?
Does he have what?
More money.
I was popping.
You know why I'm asking you that?
Yeah.
Is I'm trying to get into the psyche of a woman who knows these two people are friends.
No, she said she didn't know.
That you're friends?
Yeah. And I found that hard to believe, but I let it go.
So how close were you and her if she doesn't know who your friends are? Because anybody who's in my life knows about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will find it hard to believe a girl who says, oh, I didn't know you and Kalenga.
Maybe it's because my life, I keep a lot of secrets to myself. I'm not, even with my girlfriend, I'm not that, you know what I mean?
Which is smart. There's someone that said, and it became a controversy, it was Shaq, who said when you're in a relationship, don't tell your woman shit.
Yeah.
whether wife or girlfriend, limit what you tell them. Do you believe in that, Kalenga?
It also depends on the kind of relationship you have.
Yeah.
In my
Like, are you
defense for him,
friends?
you know, because there's women who would come and tell you everything. They want to know. They let you into their lives. They tell you everything without leaving anything, and they expect you to do the same. So that's where you say you have to be smart as a man. Things that are compromising, leave them out and make sure they never come to life. Excuse me. You know what I mean? So that's me. Even with like you guys about the jail thing I spoke about, you know more than she does.
Oh, serious?
Or anyone I ever dated knows. Like they'll hear it first from here.
Right.
Exactly. So that's what she said. She said, I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Did you believe her?
What was I supposed to do? In my head, I'm like, okay, fine. And I let it go. Because I just wanted to know where the truth is. You feel me? But I do not understand why you would burn such a bridge just for
Pussy.
You know what I mean? And he knew exactly the type of person I am. You know what I mean?
What, in
And
terms
the
of how
fact-
dangerous you are?
No,
What does that mean?
I don't think he knows how dangerous I am. He's from the street, so I'm sure he thinks he's dangerous too. He's more of that street guy. I'm more of that smart street guy. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's him thinking I'm dangerous because he's never even seen that side of me before. I just feel like it's him trying to hype up and get viral off that situation, but ends up fucking it up in a way that he can never take back. You get
What's
my
your
point?
relationship like with your baby mom now?
Now,
Yeah.
it's the baby. We're focusing on the baby, man.
But do you two have a relationship?
with her.
Us having a relationship.
Not dating.
Yeah.
But do you get along? Do you check up? Or hey, how you
Yeah,
doing?
of course.
How's
I'm
your
gonna say, how's
weekend?
my baby doing?
Yeah.
What's needed? You feel me?
So you only talk because of the child?
Yeah. If it wasn't for the child, man, we would
have
have
gone.
got into whatever scandals were there and everything, even letting niggas have the privilege of seeing my girl, whatever it is. You know what I mean? But everything has to be let go because of that one person I made. You know what I mean? I'm even who I am today because of my child. Because I can go any route I want to if it's all about me.
Of course.
Because I've got nothing to lose but myself to blame. You get me? But I couldn't, you know. I find this nigga at the show, seated with Navena Dismo, whoever it is. I dab everyone else and leave him out. That's the energy I carry. You know what I mean? Pa, him, no. You know what I mean? But I feel like, anyway, he's blessed. Let him continue eating. His plate is full now. He's having whatever he wanted. And let's keep it like that. But when it comes to business, like me and him working, we can't. Me and him speaking, that's a done deal.
Reminds me of Tupac. Remember, what's that quote again? I know we're not friends anymore. I want to see you eat still, but just not at my table.
Exactly. Because we were fighting for the same thing. We had the same hunger. Even if I managed to blow up first and I helped him in certain ways, it doesn't, mean I want everything cut off. You
Right.
know, he should continue eating, but me and him will
Just
never have
not at your table.
anything. Yes.
Yeah.
So
By the
album-
way, we're shooting at. Hi, excuse me. Could you please call it for me? We're shooting from Macky2 in Rose Park.
Patrick, do you pronounce it Meraki or Meraki? How's it pronounced? Meraki.
What cakes have you got?
Elson keeps saying Meraki. I don't know where you got it from.
Do you have chocolate? Can I have chocolate? My man, are you gonna get something to drink?
Now?
Water.
Water?
Water is
Water.
good. Yeah.
And water for my guy here.
Yeah. Dude, self-therapy.
Self-therapy.
Therapy is
Everything
important.
that you've just said in the past 10 minutes.
Therapy
Yeah.
is
Is
key.
this like the running theme in the album? Like, are you opening up? Are you like in a therapy session? Is
Yeah.
that the theme of the album?
So now we're trying to be a more humble, women relatable guy. You know what I mean?
Well, you sent me a link this morning, and it's more hip hop,
Yeah.
very chilled.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any dance tune on this album. Is that like
So
is
there's
that
actually
deliberate?
one, Happy People. So
Okay.
what I did was I took it from anger to acceptance.
Okay.
And then you have letting go and then just being a happy person. So those emotions, I put them there.
Are those the names of the songs as well?
No.
Or?
Those
So
are the
that's like the
emotions.
theme running through. It's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole spectrum of
Yeah, right.
emotions.
So in order for you to get the picture, I need to listen to the whole song.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So I called it self-therapy because that's the only way I could vent. I couldn't go to anyone. I don't have anyone to go to and say, bro, this is what's cutting. You
Music
know?
is your therapy.
So music is my therapy. So I took it out like that. you know. I couldn't even post and say, no, this one is lying, this is what happened. So I'm just gonna put it on songs, because that's the only way I can talk now. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this is me becoming a more open guy, you know, trying to be a ladies' man in a way, make them feel my energy, you know? Yeah, not only on the sexual side, but even as a human being. Let music speak to people's hearts. Yeah.
There's love songs as well?
No.
Why are you worried about the love songs?
We're gonna have
talking about for the ladies
I think from here going forward, that's where you're gonna see the love side also. I have a whole album, right? You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of funding, putting few things together, you know, making it pop and sound different, whatever it is. Because even the route I'm going, I just want to be known for the music. So I'm gonna let music do more of the talking, and I'll just be the guy who makes good music.
Nelson, why do you think this man can't have a love song?
Let me get your phone number. Let's speak on that money issue.
And the therapy as well. I mean, remember when 50 Cent was done with Get Rich or Die Trying? Dr. Dre told him not to put 21 questions on that album. Remember that?
No. What happened?
Oh, you didn't hear the story. It was on some podcast a week or two ago.
There you go, man.
So 50 was saying they're done with Get Rich or Die Trying, and he kept feeling like he needed a love song for the ladies.
Yeah.
And he had done 21 questions, and Dre kept telling him, nah, this song is too soft for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna spoil the whole theme of the album. You're a gangster and whatever.
We
and then
always,
that song turns out to be one of the biggest on the album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We always have people talking to us from their point of experience.
Yeah.
You get me? Someone is gonna tell you, do this. Dude, that worked out for you. Thank you for the information. I'm gonna pick out what's gonna help me get to the next level.
Please remove the label.
Aqualaskin on the label.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like, I'm gonna pick out a few things that are gonna help me submit my idea, but I'm not gonna do it your way. You get my point? So we have people who are gonna tell you, no, you wait, cause you rap, pache. Dude, hip hop is evolving. I cannot keep doing what Americans were doing in the 50s. I'm doing it in 2024. You know? What kids are blowing up? Playboy Carti. What does he do? It's rap, but in a different way. Yeah. And the kids are still bumping. You know, leave the bars for people who want like Chef 187. That's his realm. Yeah. But you won't be the next Chef 187. You need to find a way to fuse that hip hop feel. That's where you go. Yeah. You make it creative. Everything has been done already.
Look at another rapper they kept telling won't blow because his rap wasn't gangster enough or it wasn't fitting in with the times.
Yeah.
Kanye West.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing gangster rap, and
one
Kanye
of
West
the
comes
most
up with
popular
soulful
people
rap.
in the world. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You have someone like, who am I gonna? You have someone like 21 Savage, right? You see the music he makes, violent, and it's like it's always too gangster. But when it gets on your record, you're definitely getting a Grammy.
Yeah.
Look at what he did to what's that rock star pop star song?
For Da Baby.
No. With what's this white rapper guy again?
Post Malone.
I feel just like a rock star.
So you see, so you need to identify yourself. Those people are people who say, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna go with what people are saying. I'm gonna do it my way." He has one of the best deals. You can't give your record label 5%. From where? He gets 95, and he's big. You get me? So it's how you structure yourself. You know the end goal. Whatever people are saying, you need to get and build the bridge to get to your goal. It's not like you go into the studio, you do a hip hop song. What are you doing that for? Where is it going to take you after that? You know what I mean? So I feel like we also need education on the Zambian side. Industry. We need fresh faces.
We need fresh minds like Walia.
We need,
to be precise.
Look, I went to this gathering they made, saying, oh, media personalities and everything. And everyone who was on the panel, those who were in the
Walia wasn't there?
No, Walia wasn't. She was in the stands with me. You feel me? We were just invited to go and listen to the same shit that they've been talking about for the past 20 years. You know what I mean? So if you're not even as big as Sarkodie, I'm not going to listen to you. You get my point? It's crazy.
Oh, my word, this guy.
That's that about music, man. I feel our country needs to... It's no longer about just making music. We can make any type of music we want. It's about having a system to take us to where the real competition is.
I like your
rationale.
I like your rawness.
Yeah.
In this conversation, again, I did not know. First time that we're actually talking.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, but I can hear the emotion in your voice that you're a person that has been fucked over a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I can hear it in the way that you express things, in the way that you tell stories. And I honestly feel that could actually fuel you to being the person you want to be.
Exactly.
Because people, that I don't want to say anger, but that passion can be one of two ways. Either it can be destructive, or it
can be creative.
Or it can be creative.
It did actually take me to a destructive place. I actually dropped a few songs in between before this project, and I took them all down because I couldn't manage to promote them with the hype that I always have. And they were dance songs, It just needed me like getting a chitenge, going to the market, it goes viral. Yeah. Those type of songs. But I couldn't even do that because everything hit me at once at this point now, you know what I mean? So now, thanks to the team that I have, they kept on checking on me, making sure I don't because I make impulse moves when I'm like in that
when
in
you
that
say
space.
team, is that Walia?
Yeah.
What's with you and Walia? You've said Walia. Gob, do me a favor. Hold on. Do me a favor.
Feels like I paid that.
Hold on. Are you listening to me? As you're editing this, I want you to keep count, and I want you to put on the screen by count the number of times he mentioned Walia. So it says Walia, go 1. It says Walia, go 2, and I want to see at the end of this episode how many times he's mentioned Walia.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know why Walia? I find Walia amusing. She's a manager who, even when you don't have any music out, you're still relevant in the industry.
Exactly.
And I'll keep talking about her in that way and just emphasizing that point whenever you speak or whenever Natasha Chancellor speaks, because I've been in meetings before at very big companies in this country, one of the biggest being Trade Kings. And the way they'll talk about that particular brand ambassador, it's not because there's a hit song or she's trending because of whatever. She's just relevant in the industry because of how she's managed. You know what I mean? So I give kudos to Walia for the work she's doing for you guys.
So now, I have a question for you guys. At the level at which Zambian music is running, right? Do you feel it deserves the hype it has right now?
The hype we're in Zambia or outside Zambia?
In Zambia.
No.
You see? We are so used to wishful thinking. When you just hear your people saying, you're like, that's it. But that same person doesn't even subscribe to Spotify. You know what I mean?
Very good point. That's exactly why I gave the example of Sampa and Nyoma.
You feel me?
Where for as long as you're within the confines of this border, you are the shit.
Exactly.
You cannot walk down the fucking road without being mobbed. However, what does that translate to? Really? Because those same people, if they have that power to put you on that pedestal, they have the same power to remove you.
Exactly.
Right? Whereas if you diversify...
And we've already had that in Zambia.
I'll give you a very good example. Have you heard of a guy called Ja Praiser?
Yes.
Ja Praiser has got a feature with Diamond Platinum. So anybody who speaks Swahili, he's stepped into that market. He's got a feature with Davido. He's got a feature with Yemi Alade. He's got a feature with Mafiki Zolo. He's smart in the sense that if whoever listens to Davido, Yemi Alade, if he is to say, I'm going to hold a very small gig in South Africa, people be like, oh, wait, we've heard this guy.
Exactly. And you tap into that person you collaborated with to give you the hype that you need.
1,000,000%.
You get my point.
If one group of people say, we don't fuck with this person because of his wife, you've got a totally different segment that will still fuck with you and they are in Tanzania. You've got a totally group of segment of people that will fuck with you that are in Nigeria, that are in South Africa. You know what I mean? So at that point, you are a lot bigger.
So it's the same thing that I said, This is why I blame Slap D for the downfall of the Lusaka hip-hop scene. That's why Coppola is always winning. The difference between Slap D and Macky2 is that he fuels his people in a way that he gives them so much juice, they survive even without him in the picture. That's what Macky2 has done. He's given them so much power to the point that they know saying, we are not to be fucked with. But Slap D never gave the Lusaka people that thing. You know, he would rather have Kopala people fuck with him whilst we're looking as the youngings and we look up to him and say he's the king of Lusaka hip hop, you know? And that has made everything soft. You feel me? Macky2 is so, I feel he's so strong to the point that he's empowered his city to a point where it can survive on its own, you know? But here we're just giving credit to someone who's been pussied around by the other side.
Aqua just came with a machine gun today, huh?
I've been wanting to say these things, but they couldn't let me elsewhere.
This is your therapy, brother.
You feel me?
And please put bullets firing out of his mouth when he's talking.
So this is just me
You
trying to
were
let
saying
it out.
what you've wanted
You know,
to say.
People say I'm stupid. I just want them to I just want to let them know why I stay quiet and don't fuck with a lot of people.
No, it's not stupid. It's just light skin.
You know what I mean? So it's that. I look at, this is someone we call big, and then he goes somewhere else and they treat him like a dog. And he keeps quiet about it. You know what I mean? So what are you scared of? You know what I mean? His friend puts out a song about Lusaka and he barely taps in. Because he was supposed to be on that song and he was supposed to say it like it is. You know? But again, remember I said these people are at a point where they're just trying to make, you know, they're retiring, so they're trying to make the most of whatever they have left. But I feel like if Slap D really wanted to help Lusaka music for real, like not back in the days when he was hungry at the point he is, he should have empowered more Lusaka artists to be like
So
aggressive.
are you saying Slap D is the DJ Maporisa of Zambia?
DJ Maporisa is way better, man. Because when he gets on a track with you, it's definitely gonna get you somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's all. That's just what I just feel it is. So to me, I'm just gonna say King for the hype because a lot of people will hate me. Like he said, Zambians are like that. So the way I've said something about Slap D, like,
Can I read something David Kazali posted?
you know what I mean? Because they don't look at anything bigger than that level. To them, that's where they just want to be. But to people like us who see the potential in someone and how big they can be if they just let go of that fear they have, we are supposed to say these things if our industry is going to grow. You know, this is not me throwing shots at him. I'm just saying it from my point of view.
Right.
You get me?
Yeah.
I feel like if he was more aggressive like Macky2 is on making sure these kids who are coming up in the industry, Lusaka-wise, are well mentored, you know, they're given that saying, okay, quite all right, we're supposed to make friendship, but you also have to represent your city in a way that it becomes what it is. Right. So I try to do that, and then he hates me for that. You know, I had someone come to me and say, hey, that nigga doesn't fuck with you. You know what I mean? I'm like, why? What did I do? Of course, when I was coming in, when I was young, I was aggressive. I could say like, no, the reason why Zambian music ain't going far, but you're not supposed to get offended. This is me as a kid trying to be relevant. So I'm calling you out as a bigger person. But at the end of the day, you need to look at me and say, if there's potential, you need to say, okay, fine, let's see what we can do. But instead, you hate on me from the go, and then you say, okay, fuck it, let him do whatever he can. You know, no one has ever reached out to me and say, kid, look, you're making those moves, but here's a plan, you know. But you get a letter from Beyonce congratulating you, you made it. They make you meet her. You know what I mean? She talks to you. She gives you imitanto. But for me, they can't do that because they just feel like, Charlie Tumba fetch moij, you know? I made it on my own. They called me to be on a remix of a song and like call me and say, let's try to make chemistry. Let's do whatever it is. You know what I mean? So that to me just shows me saying, okay, it's an industry that people have positioned saying, okay, for Wakuru, and we'll be running it just like this. We won't let anyone go past this if they're under us. You know what I mean? But if a Yomaps can do it, why not him?
Let me draw your attention to something that Kazadi posted yesterday.
Yeah.
And let me see if you find any truth in this. Considering, well, clearly you do, you will, judging by what you just said. Kazadi's been posting some sense of late. What about weed isn't smoking, eh?
No, so he's come with that hype from outside. He knows how things are supposed to go.
Whatever he's smoking on some, eh? Or
exactly.
Drinking. He says, and I quote, all I'm saying is, a kingdom can only have one king, but every Zambian rapper calls themselves king. I challenge all the self-proclaimed kings to do a battle so we can establish one true ruler. Anything else makes you a pussy. Hashtag save hip hop.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
I'll tell you why I don't agree. There's nobody who's going to get in the music industry to say, I am second.
Yeah.
That's one
You
point.
are supposed to
that's
feel
that's,
like
that's
you
the
are
theme
at
of
the
the
top.
industry. You know, you can't come in
It's
and
the
say I'm
theme of
number
hip-hop,
2.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So anyone who's going to get into this industry should say I'm the king.
To provoke
should
whoever
say I
is
am
number one, and it keeps moving.
You understand?
You know what I mean?
There's no way that you're going to settle for second best. Otherwise, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that post.
Okay.
And who people deem as quote unquote the king is
Yeah.
subjective depending on what you like and what you don't like. Let's go back to Kendrick. Not back. Let's introduce Kendrick and J. Cole. Because
yeah.
it's a beef right now.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'll say Kendrick all day.
I would say Kendrick all day.
And I'll tell you why I'll say Kendrick. Firstly, Kendrick threw a couple of bars.
Yeah.
Right? J. Cole came with a 7-minute diss.
Yes.
But the reason why I still say Kendrick and why I say it is subjective is because J. Cole doesn't write his own songs.
Kendrick does.
And Kendrick does. So if you're gonna say who does Elson deem as the king, I'll say Kendrick based off that.
Yeah.
So if Kazad is saying all these people should come in one room and then they battle, whatever is going to be decided is subjective according to what Kalenga deems as a good artist, what Aqua deems as a good artist, what I deem as a good artist.
Yeah, because if we put names up there as who's the best rapper in the world, you're gonna say Jay-Z, I'll say Kanye West.
Exactly.
You probably say
exactly.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Bam, right.
And each of
And
them is
other
a king.
people just say it out of hype because the other
There you
person
go.
is being praised more.
And if you ask a 20-year-old right now,
Yeah.
they'll tell you, I don't know, Cardi B or whoever it is that they
Playboy
relate to right
Cardi,
now.
of course. You
There
know what I
go.
mean?
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, true.
So now that's the thing. I feel like he has failed us to represent us as the king of Lusakan hip hop to the extent where Macky2 has represented Kopala. You know what I mean?
Right.
You saw what King Daddy did, right? King Daddy doesn't even go out there and say, I'm the king of this genset sound, because he started it. We already know that. From the moment you know what I mean? But he doesn't even want credit for it.
Wait,
but
what's the genset sound?
Like this whole you feel my voice, right?
The white
Yeah, the aggressive, you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
So it's like you look at that, you
I get it.
you get those people are actively behind their kids and they're pushing the city forward. But you find this nigga trying to compete with the actual kids that he's supposed to push forward. So that's the only beef I have with him when it comes to me. You know, I feel like he has failed to represent us as a city. And he says he's the king of here. You're gonna hear saying, oh, Macky2, nimfumuidia. You know what I mean? It's because he went out of his way, even in the streets, he does that. You know what I mean? But here it's like, just because I'm fan, I'll record the boyanga, I'll post you, whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's not about that. It's about making a backbone so strong that the kids would survive without you being in the conversation. You do not always have to be the person in the conversation in order to be the bigger person. How long did Jay-Z drop an album? But he's still the biggest rapper, people say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say he's the biggest rapper, hands down.
You feel me?
I dare you to say one other rapper that's better than Jay-Z right now. You cannot.
Elson will kick any nigga who says Jay-Z is not number one.
You feel me? So now, he's built that
You can go
respect
for
not
2
only
hours
from...
preaching about Jay-Z.
So now you get my point.
Yeah.
He's built that respect not only with music, but with whatever he does.
Business.
You know what I mean?
Other artists that
he
he's
can come
groomed.
in and say, okay, Meek Mill is in trouble. I'm going to get you out of this shit. You know
Which
what I
he
mean?
did.
Which he did. Oh, the sport. I'm going to put this nigga on. Sport goes.
Everybody from Beyonce to date, he signed with the NFL. So every black person that you have seen that has been on the Super Bowl has been because of Jay-Z.
You feel me?
Look at how much money Rihanna has made. Look at how much money
you know what I mean?
LeBron James has made.
And it's him in the background.
Look at Kanye. Not only that, but every other artist that Kanye.
How many
because of Jay-Z.
billionaires come out of Hove crib?
Look at J. Cole.
You know what
Don't
I mean?
fucking get me started, man.
So that's the
You
thing.
want to do the God did lyrics right
Don't
now?
fucking get me started, man. Shit.
Come on, Nelson, do it.
So you feel
Do
me?
it.
So that's the energy I'm talking about.
Right.
It's not me taking the hit to him, which I don't mind, but it's just that I have seen
You said I don't mind.
on a bigger, I've seen this like on a bigger scale. It's like this nigga is too soft, say, to be claiming a lot of things, you know what I mean? In your era, you were the only kid who was hungry enough to sound the way you did and make it big the way you did because you were hungry. But we don't care because your music did not touch us the same way it touched those people. You get my point? For me, I want you to be about what you rap about. If you're gonna say you're my king, let me see it. I want to come to you and be able to go away with a solution. You feel me? I do not want to see someone who came later on after your pisha, akukembola, and then I call you my king. For what?
This guy.
You get my point? So I hold that grudge, like I said. You feel me?
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's about a structure, like I say. We have so many record labels that are run by these people, but you don't actually see what's happening. You know, it's about, oh, my, it's an alimun for we know, Gavamona tale perform for perform, you know what I mean? If they feel like, oh, na kwa tesuri mwechi kurupari ine, ngaka no mwa chotimbemo, nishibamula bako. That's what we find. You find so much great talent in the youngings. Today, quite my frustrations, Fidia. You know what I mean? It's like,
Sorry, I just want to try something and I hope it works out. Kin, how are you, my man? I hope this works out.
Good, what's up?
Easy, my man, how are you?
Not bad.
So, quick disclaimer. You're on a podcast right now. I'm not going to ask you anything crazy, don't worry. Nothing crazy. There's a potential Zambian artist that wants to collaborate with Diamond. What would be the easiest way to go about it?
There's a potential Zambian artist
that wants to collaborate with Diamond.
He's not upcoming at all. He's
very established. One of the biggest in the country.
Okay.
What's the direct, easiest way to make this happen?
It's obviously through management. It's easier if artists get to link up elsewhere, like at a festival, at a show, or those random meetups. It's faster that way. But outside of that, it's through management.
If I can link you up with these people, is this something you think you can make happen?
With the Zambian artists?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can pass on the Diamond's management's contacts.
Okay, perfect.
And they take it up from there. Yeah.
All right, brilliant.
All right,
my man. We'll have a separate conversation after this.
All right.
Should I say your name or not?
To who?
No, because I didn't say your name on the podcast. So I'm saying, should I introduce who this is, or should I just leave it as an anonymous person that I called?
I think leave it as anonymous.
All right, cool, man.
All right, sure.
Cheers. You asked me if I know people.
Yeah. He's really made boss moves right here. You know what I mean? I'm like, but why is this nigga so quiet? You can make so much money off these people, man.
He just doesn't want, just too rich.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No,
you're good.
No, I'm good.
I feel you. So that's the thing. So on my end, that's the reason why you even find me saying, I'm not afraid of anyone. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid. So I look at things in a different way. You know what I mean? Because I've seen it repeat itself over and over again. You know what I mean? So if we can have should I say this? If we can have someone like Dave, may he rest in peace. If we can have someone like Dave with all the talent that he had, if someone really had the best interest to make that kid be as big as he could ever be, don't you feel if he was with somebody else would have made bigger moves? Just be honest. If he wasn't under XYZ.
Kalenga, you're in the music industry, you're a DJ.
No, just answer me.
Speak your truth.
Yes, answer me, bro.
Can you answer the man?
Yeah, which bigger record label do you think would have pushed Dave?
Dave would have had more opportunities that would have opened even greater doors if he was alone. That's how I feel about it. Because the thing is,
without money, how do you make those moves?
It's not about, you've seen what has happened here, right? I talked about real things and he's making calls. You get my point? That kid was so talented to the point that everybody knew it. You know? But I'm going to bring this question. Do you feel like a lot of opportunities were missed because they had to talk to somebody else instead of him directly?
I brought that up on the Kazadi thing, if you remember.
It's just an honest question. Do you feel like he did not have those opportunities come through. But for the sake of that, other people were being talked to instead of him directly. Don't you feel there were opportunities that were missed that were even going to make him even bigger than he was?
Possibly.
I'm an artist. I know what I'm saying. I have missed 900 kwacha. But you know what I mean? And then you just hear, you need to do with this. You need to do a song with this one, or you need to put this one on the song. The moment you say no, everything disappears. I have been there.
Sheesh, man. Hi, excuse me. Could I have water on the Coke?
You get my point. So it's enough of this holding things just because you want to be in front. Let's let people can actually do it. Do it. You know, you're holding me back, but you're working at sticker. Why are you holding me back for? What's there? Why are you holding on to me for? What? You run a record label, a bigger record label comes in, but you have a record label. Tell me what's there. You make me understand. You know what I mean? So it's a whole lot of things that happen behind this music that even the artists themselves choose to turn a blind eye, but affiliates the affect industry. A camp is important to have, but I feel like Pafude power structure. You know, you cannot have the same shit happening over and over again. The first thing a record label is gonna tell you when they sign you is they're gonna tell you now you need to fit the Zambian market in order to get the hype up, and then we'll do this. So already I was here, you want me to come back here.
Right.
So which means you are not able to take me where I want to unless you do not have the best interest for me. Because if you know I'm a hard hip-hop artist, it doesn't really take so much to blow up in Zambia to make a name. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's out there that you need to really focus on.
So let's say I do hip hop, someone finds a way to get me with the kids like Abena Blackie, Abena Nasty C. Automatically that's a win for me. Every Zambian is gonna cheer because I'm from here. It doesn't matter what they feel about me. I'm already winning because I have done something with Nasty C, someone they already love. From there, you take me to Nigeria. It's a movement. You need to have those connections. You can't just wake up today and say, I'm going to employ this one, we'll make a record label. The part of a strong connection. You've seen. He's able to make calls that are able to change the industry just from one call. You get me? So, he's done most of the work already. Okay? So it's just to go there and then they say, boy, if we don't got maybe 1 million followers by Instagram, naka check wa vikapo. You have to do that with your team. It's not about him. He's already started the conversation. That's what we lack as Zambians. Now, what I'm 40, what I 100 pin, you get me? But you have all these companies putting in money for you, but you just want to keep the bigger piece. You're not looking at what's going to come afterwards. That's the risk factor that a lot of people don't have.
Dude, I'm sure coming to this podcast, you anticipated certain things.
Yeah,
and the question that we usually end our episodes with is, what question did you think we're going to ask that we haven't asked you in this episode?
So, but most of them you have.
Okay.
You have pretty much asked me a lot of things that I knew were
coming.
Yes. And then the other question is the beef people made up between me and the Sheffy 187, supporters because of I dropped on the same day as him. So he put out someone on Facebook. So it's like, no one wants to drop on the same day as Sheffy. All of you are scared. You know what I mean? And then I said, I'm going to do it. Since everybody else wants to be pussy, I will do it. That's because that was the type of person I was.
How did that go?
It didn't go well, but I actually got into the conversation, which was the only thing I wanted, to be part of that, because I knew the album was going to be big.
Would you call Sheffy a king, considering you went against him? And
Sheffy?
Yeah.
No, I would definitely call him a superior. He is what he says he is, according to me. I respect that nigga so much, and the respect he commands on the ground is huge. And I really understand why people...
What if he says he's a person with a good hairline?
Huh?
That's a stupid joke.
Yeah. So now the thing is, if you look at, and I understand why people came at me, because that's the respect he commands. But I feel like they misunderstood me from the word go. What I was just trying to do is compete. The same way these niggas were competing recently is what I was trying to do and get my name into the conversation. Okay? Now, you might say, who drop on the same day King Valley drop? Pika kumwana ko kuno kukopa build.
No.
You get my point. So now people start making those videos. This of a king. You know what I mean? Of course, I had lines there that were compromising. Like, you know what I mean? Because I used his name in the hook and everything. But people just misunderstood. So when I met up with Y Celeb at Oktoberfest, you feel me? He was like, then what did I do? So I made him understand, and then he said, you know what I mean? So you can tell from the way we interacted with Y Celeb, he understood when I explained to him. And for him to understand Ngana Amweba, you can tell how fans are gonna take it.
Right.
Because they did not understand. But that's just one big misunderstanding that was there. Because I did meet up with Shefi at the barber shop. I told him about it. He even said, no Mukanchi. Now you know Shefi being Shefi, he doesn't say a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I called his manager and said, how does he feel about it? Because people are now juicing this up. You know what I mean? And he said, no, Shefi is a cool guy. In fact, you guys need to work. You know what I mean? So at that point, I made peace. I just felt like the fans really misunderstood what I was trying to do. So I took down the song and just let it be.
You know what it is, dude? Again, exposure is important.
That's one thing we lack.
Because that's healthy competition. Did you see this gimmick that Kanye and 50 Cent did?
When was that?
In 2003.
Yes.
Yeah.
When
That's who's gonna have more
50
sales.
said if Kanye sells more copies in the first week of his release, he's gonna quit music.
Yes.
What do you think that did for both their albums?
They did 700,000 in the first week.
In the first week.
Both.
Yeah.
700,000.
Yeah.
Did they hate each other?
No, they didn't. They didn't.
So they just played this narrative, and people just played into it. So, you know, when I sit and I read social media comments and how people take this shit seriously, and how I don't know what it is about sitting behind a keyboard that just makes people dumber.
No, it makes you feel like you're gonna be a part of someone's life in a certain way.
Right.
Because they want to associate with you, they can't do it physically, so they feel like at that point you're going to know who they are.
We're on the same level.
Yeah.
They're gonna know who I am. I don't know. I don't get it. But Ish, man, this has been a very refreshing conversation and episode.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect coming into this.
I
just thought you were gonna be dancing all over the place, but
I'm no longer dancing, by the way.
They actually like you.
So you're never gonna
No, I'm gonna do it on stage, but you're not gonna see the Msimbi guy again the same way. Maybe if the collaboration with Toast goes through, we might bust a few moves, but
Basse. Shout out to a couple of things that I wanted to talk about before we leave. I will tell you now, give me a second. There is a trio, 3 people.
That's what a trio is, yeah?
Yeah. No, for those people who don't know what a trio is.
Right.
Karen, James, and Spence. They hail from London. Yeah. They will tell you now, 19 days ago, embarked on a journey to drive from London to Cape Town.
Are they all white or is one of them Nigerian?
They're all white.
Oh,
they're actually driving with a car.
There's a Nigerian
Toyota
lady
Hilux.
doing the same.
The Toyota Hilux.
Yeah.
Isn't that an advert?
They are on day 19, and right now they are in the Gambia.
There's a Nigerian lady doing the same as well. She's driving from Chelsea to Cape Town as well. Last I checked was in Egypt or something.
Yeah, so they're in the Gambia now. My hope is right after this, well, not right after this, but when they do make their way down here, we'll have them on the podcast.
That would be beautiful.
I see.
Dude,
I see.
As we conclude.
Yeah, you want to say something?
I see. That's very creative. You see how he moves, eh? These are people supposed to put in front of the Zambian music industry. People
what's
who
your real
actually
name?
do it. Okay.
What did you ask?
What's his real name?
Oh, yeah.
What the real name is?
Sampa.
The Great.
The Great. Or the not so
The
great.
Greatest. The shade, if you call yourself Sampa the Greatest.
You'd actually have it hard. So my real name is Sampa. That's the name.
Surname?
Lopa.
Lopa.
Yeah.
Is that
unique.
blood?
Umulopa, yeah. That's what my grandmama told me. Umulopa, so lopa. You know how these people who are with whites, it's like you just hear something and it's interesting.
Right.
And you just get it and just use it as a name, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So when you're not singing, what's a typical weekend like for you? I normally host amazing game nights.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see if I can invite you.
I'm just at home.
Where's home?
Silverest.
Yo, you live far.
Yeah.
That's not even Lusaka,
I'm just
bro.
at home.
That's not Lusaka anymore. That's stronger, bro.
I feel you.
There's a billboard right by Garden City Mall that
says-
says you're now leaving Lusaka. So
Yeah, I feel
I don't know how
you.
you
You
guys
also
still claim to live
have additions to it. You're now living STIs. You're now living HIV.
in Slay Queens.
Slay pins. I think you
feel
take
you.
like a magic marker to that billboard. They
feel
just add those.
I feel you. I feel
Because
you.
the amount of temptations and debauchery that happens in this city. And now, especially for people like you that are famous and with the way that you dance, I can imagine how chicks just think you can like lay pipe in bed. I can imagine what your inbox looks like.
Now the thing is, I'm saved because my management handles that, so I no longer.
So
see-
who handles your social media?
I'm not mentioning I'm not mentioning her name, lest the number goes on the screen.
I
again.
don't know who does, but the management does.
So what does his socials look like? His DMs.
It's not as exciting as we think.
Are you the one
Especially
that
after he
manages
does
it?
the... No?
But partly. So are they nudes that just unsolicited? They just pop up?
A few times. We appreciate your
Wow.
honesty.
Wait, so if there's one, because you know his spec, right? So if there's one that fits the description,
Would you...
would you let him know to say, hey, bro, I think you might want to see this?
But you know, what's crazy is
We need a mic for her. What's wrong with you, Kalega? Sorry, just hold on there, Boalia. Do you see this unprofessionalism? He has to plug the mic after we start recording. Can you manage him?
Now I'm saying that conversation.
Bro, imagine. We're now like 2 hours in. What is this? Yeah, 2 hours, 16 into this. Now he's plugging in the microphone.
Crazy.
You need to start managing this guy. Because we can't continue like this.
Yeah.
So there you go, Bolia. So you were saying?
Wait. Okay.
yeah. So I was saying, what's funny is him as Aqualaskin and him as Sampa are two different people. You know, so
Right.
most people would think him away from his brand and everything is excited about that stuff. He's actually not that person.
But people don't know that.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
don't know that.
You know that he knows that.
Yeah.
But when you pick up an average person, they'll
Yeah.
just say, bruh, look, that's possibly him, Sampa, and him, the artist.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Same
he's
person.
actually two different people.
Oh, word?
So even when I get like pictures, I'm not gonna send them to him because I know that's not something. He's
Can you send them to
interested
me?
in.
Oh no, you don't
I
need
got
to.
you.
No, you don't need to because I'm committed now.
Lovely.
In other
Old
words,
me,
we'll talk to
though.
you after this episode.
No, I will
Great.
not talk to her about anything, Kalenga.
No, he's a changed man, I promise you.
Very.
When's the wedding?
Okay. Oh, you've
gone too far now.
You've gone too far. You've gone too far.
Crazy.
Right? I just
Hey,
I'm
we
in a
need to
committed
go, guys. We need
relationship.
to
I
go.
don't
We
know
need to
anything
go.
about hey, something I want to ask you before we all go. I want to give you and Kalenga a scenario that I saw in the movie. Have you seen the movie Poor Things?
No.
Have you seen Poor Things? Have you seen Poor Things? So the premise is that they took the mind, the brain, the consciousness of a child, I think a 5-year-old child, and put it into an adult,
Okay.
a 25-year-old girl. So when you see this person is an adult, 25-year-old, but the mind is that of a 5-year-old. Now, watch the movie. It's pretty interesting to see how the brain develops to catch up to the body, etc., etc. But now my question is, if God decides to have sex with that person, should God be charged with statutory rape?
I think that now begs the question, what is age? Is age state of mind or is it physical?
And what state are you in?
It's physical?
So firstly, what do you?
When you talk about defilement, you're defiling the physical. So I think that person is old enough.
Yeah.
It's not
So
the mind I'm
no.
working with. It's
Yourself,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I feel like even from the jump, I wouldn't be held accountable because I do not know. The mind is of a
I
5-year-old.
agree with you on
know
that
what
part.
I mean?
I don't agree with Kalenga for what he said, and I'll tell you why. Let me flip this and ask you a different question. If there is a mentally challenged person who's slow, whose IQ is,
that changes the whole dynamic now.
Yeah.
however, They could be 30, but their mind is that of a 5-year-old.
And you're going to see
that changes the whole dynamic.
And you're going to see
the first one was artificially done.
No, hold on.
In my opinion, anyway.
No, yes, that's correct. But it doesn't change the fact that the mind is that of a 5-year-old. Now, what I've said to you... No, hold on.
Okay.
What you said is the body that you're looking at, that you're defining a body.
You've changed the dynamic.
So, yes, but now, once again, I'm still going back to the question of the mind. How the person ended up with the mind of a 5-year-old is irrelevant.
Okay.
Whether it was a transplant, whether they are slow in terms of their IQ, whether the fact is their mind is stuck of a 5-year-old. So the last question is, can they give consent? You understand? By their reasoning and their reasoning ability. Do they understand what is going on? And can they give consent? Never mind the body.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, how are you even going to end up in bed with that person with a 5-year-old mind? I've got a 5-year-old daughter.
Exactly my point. And
so
the way she
if we're going to
thinks
follow
and
physical,
reasons.
we're silent. We're not talking.
Yes.
That's an adult.
But the minute you
start talking, that changes the whole conversation. Because I've got a 5-year-old daughter.
That's exactly what my point is.
Then it changes the whole conversation.
Because you know exactly what you're doing at that point.
Yeah.
All this person is doing is Gugu Gaga.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like even the movements are like,
right.
What's this now?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
To reverse your question, do you know that General Kanina was actually jailed for defilement and rape to a girl who was underage, but she was a mother.
I was actually at the same school with that girl.
She was a mother.
She was a mother.
She had already been defiled.
Yes,
exactly.
That's despite the point. You've just brought in a totally different thing because look,
guys,
if
this
you're a
episode
mom,
will not end.
If you're a mom, if you became a mom at 12, and then someone has sex with you at 14,
you're still a minor.
Rape.
You're still a minor.
Yeah.
You're still a minor, so that's a totally different thing.
But the point that she's a minor, but she has a mind of somebody
An adult
who is
now?
No, but once
that-
again, you could be a
yes,
parent, but
yeah.
you're still a child, bruh.
The thing is, the laws have it clear. You know what I mean?
16 and below, you're a minor, bro.
Yeah.
So at 12, if you have a child, doesn't mean your mind is now that of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
In developed countries, that child will actually be taken away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are to be raised by the state
Until you're able to.
until you're able to reason.
Sapalopa, Aqualaskin, thanks a lot for coming through, bro.
Thank you for
real.
having
It's
me,
been
man.
eye-opening. It's been a very open episode.
I was actually nervous because I didn't know how this was gonna go.
How did you think it went?
I know how you guys put people on the spot.
Wow.
So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna go to that podcast if I have a Benz, my account is full of cash.
And you're going to be defensive the whole time.
Like, I'm just gonna say, Nina Panka Kudala, you know what I mean? Because they also tell some private, let me see your bank account. Hello, Asanga Mulifian det Kwacha. You know what I mean? But it's
So
been
how
a good
do you think it
experience.
went? How did it go?
Good. This
thank you
is
so
this
much.
is just amazing. I feel like if other people could learn and try to be as open as you guys are, it's gonna help the industry even develop.
Right, yeah.
I feel like a lot of people are scared to be here because of this same thing. But we are never gonna develop if you do not have platforms like this where you can express yourself.
And have honest conversations.
Exactly. So from what I've said, I already know saying other people are gonna feel like chumfana chinchopusa. But someone who's going through it is gonna say, enough is enough. We need to change.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
We've
that's
spoken
that.
to a couple of people that had the same raw emotions that were fed up with the music industry. If you remember, Rough Kid also,
Yeah.
he shared the same sentiments. I forget, but I think we've had 3 or 4 artists that were just pissed the fuck off with how things were.
So now you look at a person like Rafki, do you see where he is? Now, do you think the industry is healthy like that? If you can have someone who was one of the biggest running like that. So he's basically out there again trying to catch up with everything.
He's big, but it's small at the same time.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to hype up so he can get to that level that he once was. Now, that's not healthy for an industry. And you know all these people, Macky2, Slap D, you know all these are your friends. And they have record labels. They have the capacity to put you in a position where, okay, boy, Mvela, you need to stop doing this in order for you to survive. So we're going to do it clean like this. You know, those are conversations you're supposed to have as big people saying, let's save our friend's face. You know what I mean? Okay, almost break. Let's save your career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are things they can do. But look at him.
Man, thanks a lot for coming through, Aqualaskin.
Yeah.
We
Why
need
you
a part
cutting
2,
the-
definitely.
why you cutting the
You're
middle?
not in production like Gob and I know what problem is going to happen.
Listen to me.
Till the next
Hold on,
episode,
hold on.
have a lovely day. Remember to click on the subscribe button.
When you're done talking, I'll finish my point.
Dude, we
One
need
thing
to
you
cut.
You can fuck around.
Tan 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 tan, 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 tan 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 tan.